On my phone, I don't want to text you anymore. I just want to stop this civil war. Call my phone. I don't want to text you anymore. Yes, are we in? Are we on? Are we over? You know, we gotta do it. I maintain there will be a day when we don't have to do it, but until there's 100 people in this room telling me that they can aim it, we have to check. Yes, we can aim it. Yes, biddly, 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 bro. Yes, yes, yeah. Here we go. The underlap's back, bro. I can't remember what the title is of the video. What's the title? Are we more ready for the Premier League than ever? That was meant to be my as I was flying in. Yes, Mingy. Yes, Joe Depp. Yes, John LUFC Garside. Cragger, Bryn. Legendary MVG, what's good? We're in and on and over here. Smash a like for us, guys, as the we're in, we're on, we're over here, Cragger. No doubt about it, brother. Yes, let's go. You know the banner thing? Banner thing, Ming. I'm with you on that. What's the banner thing? You know what time it is. Let's get him introduced. We were going to go... I don't know. Did anybody see? Yes, George. What's good? Don't start this. Can I be heard? I'm loud and clear, I reckon. Yeah, I'm loud and clear. I'm not having it. Biddly biddly bo. Yes, yo. Going up as champions, bro. You know what time it is. It's time to get that badger in and on and over here. The underlap's back. We're back on a Thursday. And he had to move back to get his greatness in. He's in and on and over. Is he in and on and over here? The live's always lagged, so I never know if he's in there. He's in there. He's up. She's over. She's in and on and over here. Do we want the rundown on Wardrobe Gate or what? It's nearly defeated me. Am I loud now, Joe? It should be loud now that the badger's got to warm up, hasn't she? She's got to get over close to me. Got to work her dials. Once you've worked her up into a frenzy, she should be in and on and over here. Am I loud now, Joe? I'm loud now, boys. Fiddly bo, stop with the yours. Smash a like for us, AO. Cheers, mush, tar, mush. Got plenty to talk about. We're here for as long as we want to be here for. We are 7 minutes late. AO Pemmett, Oliver, what's good? Hello, Jack. Best team in division, best manager in the best manager in the division, best fans in the division, matching on together. Best fans globally, mate. Best fans globally. No doubt about it. Ain't nobody down round here. We're on fire. It's a wonderful, wonderful time to be a Leeds fan, isn't it? Where's the beer, Jack? Says John LUFC Garside. Well, there's a revelation about to happen here. So, and do not fear, I am drinking when the underlap's here. Yes, chickers. Wardrobe Gate will be addressed. The beer of choice today. Right, let's pull this up. So, because I think I'll give it away slightly, but beer me. Have I stuck with Bud? Moretti. I've just fucking looked at it. I've got Moretti. I've just looked at how to spell it. So I'll slightly give it away. The reason why, like I've said, this is why the system works perfectly. Because now Moretti is available and it's the cheapest one in Tesco's. So now I no longer have to put myself through Bud. And I had a Moretti for a while, not even in Boozer, because I'm not... To be fair, I've maybe had one in the Boozer, but I can't remember, because where I work, it's normally like Peretti, which is like, I don't know where that's from, but it's nice, it's Peretti, to be fair. Or San Miguel. So I hadn't had a Moretti for donks, so I'm going to quaff these down. Ice cold, out of freeze. I'm not making that same mistake again. So let's have a swiggy. Oh my lord. Tremendous. Legendary MVG, yes. Tech support were pretty good going. I was quite proud of my performance last night on Joe's show with the tech support, because I felt as though for the first time he's ever needed me. He needed me there, and I was able to help him. Peretti indeed, Ming. Yeah, it's actually quite nice. No, to be fair, Legendary MVG, I've let myself down there. I could have been spelling out, couldn't I? But the poll said Bud, so, and Moretti's such a nicer drink. But I think I can spell Moretti. I doubted myself right at last minute. Angry Mad Gav's lateness is greatness, innit, BMG? So it's good to see you back, by the way. I've not seen you for a bit. Was the missing parts due to the fact you took an axe to it, though, Clem? Because I wish it were an IKEA wardrobe, because at least I actually think they're relatively easy to put up. This thing was from like B&Q Marketplace, and it was hilarious. And I didn't want to have to scream for help, but it nearly took my life. So it really did. It was so, everything had to come out of the bedroom. I had to take the bed down. It was hilarious. It's a monstrous thing. It's not even that big. It's only like 200 whatever centimeters or whatever. Or is that quite big? 200. Yeah. It's fucking. It's big enough, but I thought I'd be able to lift, like, turn it up, and oh no, you couldn't. Well, I could. I had to, but basically, I was on my knees to try and garner some leverage. So I garnered the leverage and I lifted just ever so slightly. And I thought, if I get my knees under, because I couldn't really get my hands under it. So I thought, if I get my knees under it, I can get like a pillow or something and drag it under so that I've got a little bit more leverage. Well, I did that, but it was too heavy to get up from that. So I repositioned myself after the pillow was in there. And then I went to lift the thing. And I got to knee height, like maybe like thigh height, just near the corey. And I had to stop to like rest it on my, because that's obviously the heaviest bit. And, you know, nobody lifts how we lift other boys with these big guns. So it was like, it's all in the back, isn't it? It's all the back lifting it. I could feel back going. So I had to rest it on my legs. And then I thought, right, I'll push from here. So I pushed to go, but I couldn't get up off my knees. So I had this monstrosity of a wardrobe that I now love because it's fully erect, and I've got it up in every single sense. And it was, but for them moments where you think, because I couldn't get up, so I couldn't even like drop it and get out of the way. I think if I'd have dropped it, it'd have probably gone through the roof, but I couldn't even get out of the way of it. So I thought, if it comes down on me now, I'm honestly done for. It was as David Brent would say, they're exciting times, but potentially traumatic times. It was harrowing at moments. I would not recommend it. I won't be doing it anytime soon. That wardrobe is not coming back down. If I am to move on, that wardrobe does not come with me. So I'll smash it up if the landlord doesn't want it, but I'm certainly not. I'm not taking it down. It's not coming down. Gently, that bastard thing, I'm telling you now. Can't do my Guinness anymore. I have style images every now and again. Hopefully not, John. Hopefully I've built up some form of a tolerance. I can normally get through about an hour and a half, although to be fair, I don't know, don't get me thinking about it, I'll be off in 10 seconds. You said Peretti, you put question mark on it, Ming, as though, like, you know, to sell it on Drafting Spoon, but you sort of suggesting you didn't know what it was. So, you know, don't confuse me like that. BMG agrees with the Guinness. Monsterish, but not big. No, it is big. I should have filmed it. I actually wanted to make a joke about it, but I thought if it goes on channel, it'll be a little bit of a random video, that way, truth be told. So, well, if you knew how, then I'd do Angry Mad Gav, but I can't. We know this BMG. He might come out today. We'll see if he's out to play. But there's not really for him to get radgy about, is there? I think that's the reality. Because I can't remember last time he's popped into a shit vid, to be honest. Because, you know, he's not required, is he, Angry Mad Gav, at the moment? Axe swinging. There's an axe throwing, isn't there? Which one of my mates once wanted to go on stag do, wanted to go to axe throwing, and I was like, I don't want to do axe throwing on a stag do, I've got to be honest. Legendary MVG showing everybody how the super chats is done. Little $sign next to where you type in the chat should say support JackCity. Is that what it says? Hey, the world of YouTube. BMG, if we go up, I think give Firpo a new contract, but buy a first choice left back, then he can be back up and we still get a fee if he leaves late. A good plan. I'm not worried about the fee, BMG, mainly because that rhymes, but secondary, also basically, because if I can't remember, I think we paid about 15 million for him or something, didn't we? I've spoken about this before, but if we've had him for 3 seasons or 2 mint seasons out of him in Championship, even £7 million a season, you'd have paid that. If he goes for free, you'd have paid £7 million a season to have him. So it's only like signing him twice, isn't it, for 7 million, or signing him once for 15 and then having him for 2 years. But he's, one of the notes is quite literally Firpo being instrumental to us going up. Like, we literally, it pulls us through games in a remarkable twist of fate. We've gone from like Firpo being like lampooned and lambasted to being the absolute West Coast warlord, didn't he? So I love Firpo, and I think he should get another contract, just on the basis that we do this thing. We actually did it with Alioski, didn't we? Where we were like, get Alioski out and then get Firpo in, and everybody were like, Barcelona, Firpo's here, and then it didn't go well, did it? So then Firpo were thrown down the ship pan, and everybody wanted Alioski back. So you just don't know who you're getting in. I do think it's risky. That's why I was saying the other day, I would like to retain as many as we can currently in the side. I don't see why not. Do you know what I mean? We've also not got a crazily big squad, so it's not like, obviously, there'll be a few let go, like Geldart and Greenwood and what have you, and all players, that are out on loan that are maybe not going to get a look in. That DeBayo guy probably doesn't look like he's going to get a look in, which I want to talk about Farke's press conference in a bit. Who else? Who else gets moved on? Off the top of my head, I mean, Wobber will probably get thrown out the door. What, he can't get back from fitness anyway. So I think we should just retain what we've got and then look to, maybe we can go out into Europe, as they say. They love going out into Europe, don't they, and having a look at players. So I can't see why, Rothwell don't sign. I can't see why. I mean, if we can get Solomon, I'd definitely sign Solomon. I'd try to keep Firpo on a contract. There's a weird thing into with Firpo, whether or not he actually wants to stay, or whether he wants to, shall he stay or shall he go now? Firpo is the only one with the answers to that. But I think there's a chance that he just wants to go home, in fairness, or back to Spain, or somewhere warm. I think he's proved himself. He's had a good time. He's had a good stint at the club, really, hasn't he? So yeah. Hoping to catch a Leeds game. Last one was Cardiff away at Leeds, and Bosch, Clem Fandango. Which one are you thinking? Tudor Rose, UK. Jack managed to walk into a letterbox yesterday. Gave myself a cut nose and black eye. Was too busy looking at my phone. Tremendous. When I first read that, because I thought you'd seen me today nearly trip up, and I thought, because there was a Ring camera, and I thought, oh my God, I'm about to be exposed. So as I'm not glad that you've cut your nose and give yourself a black eye, but do you know that's a crime? They call it, and just to absolutely clarify, because I don't want any harm being done. But I'm pretty sure it's a crime to be on your phone while walking. Unless I've had a bad dream. But it's called something. I don't know if it's a crime, but it's called something. Now, there's no specific law in the UK making it a crime to be on your phone while walking, but using your phone while walking is considered a safety hazard and can contribute to accidents, which my man Chickers can attest to. There's no direct criminal charge. So I've lied about that, but I'm pretty sure. So you can get arrested while using your phone if you're obstructing traffic or causing a public nuisance. So if you were walking down the road or stopping cars from passing, but it is dangerous on phone while you're walking. I'm terrible for it, and like not looking where you're going whatsoever. So do, you know, treat it as a lesson learned, because it could have been a lot worse. You could have banged into a pram and then got talking to some MILF, and then one of your stories would have occurred. So I suppose you'd think that were better, actually, wouldn't you, than a cut nose and a black eye. But yeah, Angry Mad Gav gone, that fan that tried to get on. Well, I thought you were on about when we scored against Sheffield. I thought he wouldn't have made it off at the seat, wouldn't Angry Mad Gav? MVG doing the math as well on the old. I fear with that BMG. I fear of the test. I fear of the outcome to that. To be fair, Mingy, it comes as no surprise to anybody that knows Mingy, but he's handing out memberships like he's Santa Claus again. So thank you very much, dude. You're an absolute ledge. Absolutely no need for it. We might get some visitors today as well, boys, because due to Wardrobe Gate being gone, I don't mean visitors in the live. I'm going to try and get Joe on tonight, but I've been fucking about a bit with live feed. Did anybody see me go live earlier by accident? It's pretty funny. I was like, I'd gone on like this on this website where you can like stream it all from, and I'm like this, and I've got a JackCity page as well, and I'd gone live on both. And I was like this, and then luckily it popped up on my phone saying JackCity's gone live, because obviously I subscribed to myself on each other's channel. So I was like, what? And then I obviously clicked on it, and it's me sat there like a fucking gloit. But normally you click like go live, and then it takes you through to YouTube, and you're like, right, and you can edit stuff. So that's what I'm doing, Joe, when I'm sat at the other side of here. But yeah, it actually went live. I was hoping to get a few guests on, but the guests that might be a reality are the cats. Because there's 2 cats living in this mad house, and it's not mad, this house. I hate when people go, I live in a mad house, mate. It's a fucking mad house, this house. I tell you now, it's an absolute mad house. So I don't live in a mad house, but they are mental within the house. It's like anybody that's got cats will know, like, they have no spatial awareness whatsoever, and your face is just a place to walk on or lay on, or, you know, or if you're on your phone, I'm not expecting them to know what you're looking at on your phone, but they seem to know exactly where you don't want them to be. But I can now let them in, because I was very precious about my clothes, and I do have panels in here and stuff that I don't really want them scratching, but Lola, one at Cats, likes to get up there, so I'm just going to let her do it from now on. If they scratch the vinyl, they get told off, but other than that, they've pretty much got free rein, because I can see everything that's particularly valuable, like here. So I can stop them damaging all, but they don't really damage all. They're just a bit scratchy, or one of them is, Bambi is. But I can let them in now, because my only fear was that they get the gnashes in on one item of clothing and it's ruined. Whereas if they have a scratch on a box or my keyboard, granted it gets a scratch and I'll be devastated, but it doesn't. I'm very protective over my garments, which some people think it's a bit whack, a bit lame, but I truly am. So get used to it. That's me. This is me. You get what you see. No formulas or concoctions. But we'll move on from that. So yeah, they might visit. But funnily enough, ever since I've allowed them in, like whenever they want free reign, they don't come in. So it's remarkable, really, how the twists. They used to wait for me outside door and be like desperate to try to get in. And now that they're allowed in, it's been about 5 days since they've been allowed in. I think they've been in about 10 times. So, and I'm in here like all day, every day. That's why I'm actually, not to get too lame about it, I'm pretty happy about being able to have door open, because I do feel bad on them sometimes when I'm like trying to crack on. And I think, they know I'm here. It's not like if you're out. I'm talking shit now. I'm talking too much about the cats, but nobody do it how he does it. I all hate when some wanker delays me at work on Shitvid Live Thursday. Are you on about me being late there, 78 RPM, or are you talking about some knob sack at work? Shout out to 78 RPM there. John LUFC Garcia says, Facky fucker fucker needs to pull a masterclass off and tell the other international players to say they have a slight knock so they don't go. I'd love it if we didn't bother with this international break, because it's a really stupid time to have internationals, isn't it? Also, I will say, it's a ridiculous time to have it towards the end of the season. Everybody's like, playing for something, whether it's promotion or relegation or, and if you're 10th in league, it's probably pretty rare that you've got anybody in the, in the side that are internationals, and I suppose you could say the same about in drop zone, but it's a daft time to have it. And we do actually ship quite a few internationals away, don't we? Wales, we got stung with that a bit, didn't we? They went out. A lot of people think that had some sort of a psychological effect on like James and stuff. He missed penalty, didn't it, end of last year for Wales, that didn't see him through to wherever they were meant to be going or whatever it was. But I don't think that's particularly true. But as long as we get through it injury free, that's obviously what you want. George says, I think Firpo wants to go home to Spain. To be fair, can't hold it against him after these last 2 seasons he's given us. And, he did stick with us. I don't know whether there anybody sort of coming in for him, but, he's always been available. And this idea that he won't be a consummate professional when it came towards end of his contract's up, and everybody was a lot of people were suggesting that he won't be quite bang at it and stuff, and that's proved to be bollocks, hasn't it? So he's been as good as he's ever been. He's brilliant going forward. He's genuinely really exciting to watch, isn't he, going forward? It's brilliant stuff. Can't see us, Ena. What's good, Ena? Can't see us getting 2 left backs before next season. Keep Firpo and get another. That's exactly it as well, because then you are like, if we can't keep Firpo, then if we don't have backup for it, if you imagine possibly Byram gets an extension because he's not going to want to go anywhere else, and I don't know what his contracts will be, but I would imagine it's quite manageable. So you'd have Byram then as some, really you want Byram in as your third sort of like utility man, don't you? Like, can play right back, can play left back in an emergency, like, as third wing back on both sides. Do you know what I mean? Because Bogle's probably going to need some more competition over that. Well, he definitely is. Bogle, Firpo, you want. I really do want to retain the squad that we've got and then just try and build on it. BMG says, I've always said give Firpo time and he'll come good. Leeds Live gave him a 10 in the Cardiff game. He's been mint. He's unbelievable. We got hat-trick in that Cardiff game. Hat-trick of assists, which is just truly bonkers, isn't it? As a left back, he's literally like, at this level, who knows? It's unfortunate as well because, who knows, like, playing in I don't know, I don't want to go too over the top and go to like one at top sides, but say if we were in a Newcastle side or something who play like good stuff and they're quite compact, but they do when they get forward, it can get going. Who knows how good, it's only because he gets exposed slightly defensively, and I've said 100 times, it's not a man-on thing, it's not a one-on-one thing, it's when ball's in behind, or if he's having to turn and ball's going over the top, or somebody's like charging at him from distance. If it's actually just, if he's in his left-back position, it's only when he gets caught out slightly. When he's in his left-back position and he's up against the right winger, I back him to do a job, me. So I don't fear him in that position defensively. Bogle's same. We have a lot of balls, so they're not getting exposed. Roller Blunt says, things are looking good. I think we will win some real silverware under the 49ers. No longer run like a League One type club. Agreed, big lad. I hope you was one of the ones that wanted us to stay in FA Cup under that examination there. Dan Treeby. Here we go. So, Jack, if we retain the vast majority of this year's squad, we'll come tumbling back down. Follow Forest's example, 10 plus signings. If we strike with half of them, we'll stay up. No. I think it's really unique what Forest have done, and I know you're looking at their current league position. If that were the case, everybody would do it, and I know for a fact people have done it before and it hasn't worked. Fulham did it. Fulham made some really good signings. They went out and got like Schürrle, whatever he was called, that German gadget was absolutely mint. He actually scored a few mint goals from as well, but he was mint for Chelsea and stuff. He moved on, ended up back at Fulham. They went down, so it's not guaranteed to work. I understand the 10 plus signings. The 49ers will not be doing that. They won't be doing that. 49ers up to now have not made a bad signing. It was said a couple of days ago that Jed Spence were a bad signing, but that's not the 49ers' fault. I don't think, you know, and I don't think he was that much of a bad signing. I think we could have probably got away with having him inside. It was just a bit, I don't know, I don't think Farker particularly liked his attitude or something along that train of thought. So I don't think it's, I don't know, I don't want us to do that. I want us to retain the squad that we've got. We'll pull it up, guys. We'll pull that up, to be fair. Because I'm up for it, dude. I totally understand your point, Dan Treeby. I truly do. Retain squad and build. Right, so which? Retain squad and build. Is there all else I need to add? Retain squad and build. Or throw away and sign 10. Is there all in between that? Is there... I don't know. Is there all in between that? Would there be... I'll just go with that. I don't think there's all in between that, because it'd be sort of like sign 5, which don't really work. So, but I honestly do think retain and build, because if you sign in, if we sign in 10 plus players, we've got to get rid of a lot, and I'm not for it. Jose Mourinho banned and fined following the fallout from Fenerbahce's draw with Galatasaray on Monday. Something kicked off, didn't it? Said that he were racist or something, wasn't he? I don't know. Let's have a look what's happened to Mourinho here, because it's quite interesting, this. Mourinho, he got done for accused of racist statements. Oh, fuck off. Yes, I accept your bullshit. He criticised Galatasaray fans, Galatasaray behaviour and Turkish referees. Galatasaray have accused Jose Mourinho of making racist statements. And said that they would initiate criminal proceedings against the Fenerbahce manager over his comments. What did he actually say, though? Statements Galatasaray were referring to Mourinho said the home side bench had been jumping like monkeys, and that the match would have been a disaster if a Turkish referee had been in charge of Monday's game. Galatasaray said on X that Mourinho had persistently issued derogatory statements directed towards the Turkish people since taking up his role in the league. Today's discourse has escalated beyond merely immoral comments into unequivocally inhumane rhetoric. Yeah, so they must have won whatever they've. Oh shit! I don't know ins and outs of what his fine is or whatever, but a bit mad, isn't it, that? 19 votes. 95% say retain and build, so it's not a bad start. BMG says most of our team would cope in the Prem, but I'd add quality at left back, centre back, centre mid, 10 and 9, maybe keeper. But if Mez can command his box better, he's okay in my opinion. It's rational, BMG. I'm up for it. I think that's problem with that is that's the total spine of the team, isn't it? But ultimately, I mean, do we need a centre mid really? If we've got Ampadu, I'd sign Rothwell. If we've got Ampadu, Rothwell, Tanaka, Gruev, people are saying Gruev won't be able to hack it in Prem. We don't know can hack what in Prem. This is the thing, I mean, I think Ampadu can. I think anybody that sort of says he can't is just being a dick to him, to be honest. But I think we could do with the centre back. Could do with the left back. We are going to need a 10 ultimately, but I mean, I don't know. The 9's going to be crazy because Perez's got plenty of goals, hasn't he? And he's probably going to be coming out outside, so which is pretty harsh, isn't it? But I mean, it's the way of the world, war of the worlds. But what you to do? What you going to do about it? Hardstyle Images saying, considering the players that left last season, the recruitment has been spot on. There's not one player. I was just saying about Jed Spence, wasn't there? He would have been decent, wouldn't he? It'd have been all right. It was just a bit. I don't know whether it was an attitude problem with him or something wasn't quite right. Because then when he went back to Tottenham, Levy loaned him straight out. Then he got rid of him straight away again. So it's not like there's something not quite right with him. But he is playing now. But people are making more of that than it actually is. I think he's playing him on the basis that they're shit out there and they don't have anybody, you know. Archie Gray's playing right back, centre back. He's all over the shop for them. So I think they're really struggling out. They got beat again, didn't they, the other day? I don't know where they are in the league now, but it's pretty bleak for a minute. I don't really care, to be fair. But let's have a look where they are in the league. He's done well to keep his players, to keep his. The 13th in league now. Them and Man U are on joint points, 13th and 14th. It's wild. He's done well to keep his job, really. That Ange Postecoglou, whatever he's called. When I say most would cope, I mean only if the overall team is quite a lot stronger. I think that's kind of what I'm saying, dude. Yeah, we build around what we have in our possession, don't we? And then I just don't think there's any need to throw them all out. I think if these people become the squad players, I think we'll be in a good place. So George says Prem teams can maintain the pressure Sheffield United put us under in that first half an hour for a full 90 minutes. So definitely need a lot of additions. It's a fair point. Cheers, Roller Blunt. Keep them coming in, brother. Appreciate you. How many likes we got up in this bitch, boys? We've got 47 in room. We've got 28 likes. Whack a like for us on video, guys. It proper helps. I do want to address this, though, George, but the Prem's going to be extremely different and difficult. My point is I don't think just getting 10 editions will help that. I don't think we'll be able to sort of withstand the pressure of the Premiership teams just on the basis that we've got shitloads of more players. Like, I don't know unless you're signing a whole new squad, which Farker won't want to do either. What's he gonna say? He has to start up again, set up again. I don't think he'll do it. So, by the sounds of things on this chat, I'm thinking Tudor Rose has banged into worse in his time. I'm sure as I get further down this chat, Chickers will be all over that. Like a Rashi will be. There'll be some poignant comments coming up, I think. Cats versus Badger, says Ming. That is one thing that they do that I'm sure to make them steer away from. Prize possession in it, the Badger. BMG says, I hope we clinch promotion early. A, because we can give the fringe players minutes, and B, can get stuck into the transfer market early. Well, there is something in that, to be fair, dude, yeah, in terms of like, you know, once you know you're going up, they can start approaching players. I think they'll already be approaching anyway, but it just sort of cements it with agents and what have you. But they also you don't want to move too quick with it. Because players will be looking at their own options and they don't, you know, I don't think 49ers like to come across desperate with anyone, so I don't think they're not too wet for it, are they? Wet spam 1, Leicester 0. Leicester are coming back down, aren't they? Leicester losing 1-0, just confirmed. What are your cats called, says the legendary MVG. The eldest cat, which is I think about a year and a bit old, is called Lola. And the younger one, which I think is, I don't know how old she is, to be fair, she's called Bambi. I think she's about 5 months or something, 6 months or something, 7 months or something. And just to address that, Cragger, if my cats are called Lola and Bambi, what do you think? And that'd be the easiest way to sort of answer that question, I think. He's nowhere near in Angry Mad Gary. You need to stop reminding me of him, BMG, and he might come out. Oh, definitely, Joe. In terms of early, get them signed when we've gone up. I'm just on about making moves too early for players while we're still in Championship might end up actually being detrimental to players actually coming and signing, because people wait out on I think Buendia potentially did it a little bit. Did Buendia end up going anywhere? I don't think he did he? Because he started to get inside a bit, didn't he? Oh, no, he did. Yeah, he went to Bayer Leverkusen, yeah. Fuck him. I do remember that, actually. I've lost it there. Yeah. Don't blame him, to be fair. Why would he want to drop back down? Who do you think the 3 teams that are going up? Right. Mint question, Mike. So, I honestly think us and Sheffield. So I think us champions, Sheffield second. And let me have a look right now. I was saying Sunderland, right? Because I think Burnley will fuck it up. I think Burnley will drop a bollock in the playoffs. So that's where I'm at. I'm saying, as it is now, me and Joe did a show on Just Joe's show last night, and it were we at the end of this month we had us pulling away from Sheffield to 7 points. I can't remember the gap between. I think Burnley ended up being second in our thing, but I don't think that's the case. I think that's just by coincidence. It's hard to suggest that Burnley will concede any goals. However, I don't think they're going to catch Sheffield, because I think Sheffield will win more games and Burnley will draw too many. But I think when it gets to the playoffs, I think Coventry will get into playoffs. I think Blackburn might drop out. So I think it'll be West Brom, Sunderland, Burnley and Coventry. And I personally think Burnley could come up a cropper. So, because Burnley will obviously be in the best position for the playoffs, but they'll play, obviously whoever's in 6th. And I think it could go tits up for them. I think over 2 games they'll be quite negative like they are. I don't think they're necessarily negative. They're just very defensive. It's not really the same thing. It's negative, boring football, but it's not necessarily negative football. If you know what I mean. But I just think something will go wrong. They'll have a bit of a meltdown, a bit of a wobble. There's always something a bit wild always happens in playoffs. Go 2-0 down, say, or first game, if they draw it away, I don't know. I think, do you go away the first game when you're top? I'm not sure. Or do they just draw it out of an hat? I don't know, to be fair. But I think there's potential for them to go have a wobble. Or go, as I say, go 0-0 in first leg. And then second leg, it all come crumbling down, crashing out on them. And then it's the 2-0 down and maybe get a goal back, but it's all too late. So that's my prediction. I think it'll be, and then it obviously be Sunderland and Coventry in the final. And we can't have Fat Frank coming up with us, so I'd go Sunderland to do it. And then it'd be Leeds, Sheffield and Sunderland. And in truth, that is, besides Sheffield, but to be fair, I can't stand Wilder, but I love to hate him, as we all know. I'm up for Sheffield going up just on the basis that, that it's, as much as I'm not, I'm not into derbies, like I'm not too fussed about Sheffield, but Wilder does ignite my derby-itis. I'm up for it with the derbies with that. Sunderland are a big side. Burnley, again, I'm not bothered for playing against. It's just like Blair. West Brom, Blackburn, yeah. Coventry, yeah. Do you know what I mean? Watford, yeah. Norwich, yeah. Middlesbrough haters, I didn't even realise. I just remember Janino and that for Middlesbrough, and I thought they were alright. Mendieta and that lot, I didn't realise they hated us until I was trying to go to an away game in Homestand last year, and everybody was texting me like, are you mental? I'm like, well, I just don't know why they hate us so much. I know everybody does, but I didn't realise to what level they hate us. So yeah, I'd love Leeds, Sheffield and Sunderland to go up. That'd be my pick. What is yours, dude? What's yours, Mike Ryder? Great comment, by the way. All of them are great comments, obviously. One of my favourite Angry Mad Gavs last season was Connor Roberts, he just gets it. I'd like more. Well, yeah, I never understood that Connor Roberts, he just gets it thing. It was like, I nearly did it for you then, but... Yes, Pat Dunn, what's good? Welcome. Oh, sorry, Badger, that were a big knock. Get up and win it, Badger. Yeah, I were late, 78 RPM, I were well late. So do not fear. And you don't have to be on time either, brother. You get in here whenever you get in and on and over here whenever you're ready, mate. 34 votes, 53 in room. Let's get them votes up to 40 and I'll move it on. If you can smash a like for us as well, guys. You've got 54 in room, only 37 likes. It does proper help a brother out. And a brother is me, so I'm your brother from another mother, as you well know. Cragger says we're playing for a record point promotion. Leeds. Absolutely, exactly, mate. 100%, and it's on. And we were going through the fixtures, which we will do a little bit later if I get time. Well, I say if I get time. If I don't just end up rambling on about random shit that you boys all bring it on. The chat goes wherever you boys want it, but boys and Bob. But we will go through the remaining fixtures and see how many legitimately we're going to drop points out. That's going to be the next poll. So if we can get this poll up to, I think I said 40 votes, then I'll jump out of it. It's 34 now, and then we're going to go on how many games in the last 13. How many games? We've got 12 games left. 12 games left. How many games? So let's get that votes up to 40, boys. We're on 35. Ming says, yeah, she waits on him hand and foot. Took an hour to send up a beer though, to be fair. She was asleep, brother. She was asleep. She likes a nap. She's basically a cat. So she was asleep. I see QPR beating Sheffield United on Saturday. I have it as both teams to score and QPR to win. Love it. Well, I think it was QPR that me and Joe sort of called out. Potentially a bit of a sticky one. But I think they've got a really good record or something. I can't remember exactly how chat went, to be fair. No Andy, no party. Yes, Andy Rowe. I mean, I'm on, I'm over. I didn't know you were coming in, but I'm always wrong according to John. Who's John? Has somebody called you out, Andy? John from the chat? Or just my brother John? BMG, we've trodden the injury tightrope this season, and hopefully we can do it again. In emergency, Byram, Gulavogi, Dia, Bio, and even Gruev could do a job at centre-back for a few games. Well, that's what... Have I missed Enar's comment there, dude? Enar, I'd agree, but I don't think... I'm not sure I get all the comments on here, you know. I'll just quickly say that, because... what's his face? Farky Fucker went through, like, his... centre-back options, because obviously we potentially, well, we are short on the basis that Wobber is the new sick note and he's got Laurentiitis. So that's a huge loss. Not having Ampadu. I think Ampadu's out for the season. Farky Fuckers tried to play it down a bit. I don't think he tried to play it down. I think they tried to do the rehabilitation thing. I don't think it ever works, but I mean, obviously there will be examples where it has worked, but what's the point in getting him back for a few games? Just sign out, make do with what we've got. You know, I mean, obviously there's potential where, you know, we might desperately need him last few games and he is fit, but I just think, I don't know. I think what will end up happening is he'll do his rehab for about 5 weeks. They'll admit he's not going to get back before end of season. Then he'll have his operation and then hopefully he'll be ready for pre-season. They'll be timing it on for him to get back to pre-season. They're certainly not going to play themselves short when we get into Premier League, as in leave him too late to be back for pre-season. So they'll wait until the operate. Do you know what I mean? However long, how many of it say it's 12 weeks or whatever after the op that he'd be back. It'll be that will be the start of pre-season, and then once they get into 4 weeks and think you're not getting back by end of the season, they'll do the op, and that's what I think will happen. So I personally think he's out for the season. Really concerning that that De Bayo, I think his days are done at Leeds, to be honest, because he mentioned him last. He was talking about Gilavogi, and we all saw Gilavogi at centre back against Harrogate, didn't we? No, fucking old cat's just come in and shut me up. Jesus Christ, that's what I mean. I'm not used to it. Hello, love. It's scratcher though, this one. So, Pussy just jumped up on me. Pussy just shut me up. Pussy's all up in my grill. Pussy's in my way. Pussy's in between my legs, which is a weird one. Yeah, he didn't mention De Bayo till like last. So it were, he was talking about, De Bayo's at least a centre back. He was talking about Byram, Gilavogi, Gruev, like you said. Mentioning Gruev. I mean, we saw Gilavogi. Byram, I think, would probably be able to do a job at centre back, but you don't want that, do you? So, 36 votes. Come on, boys, let's get that up to. To be fair, we'll close it. We're 97% on retain and build, and 3% on buy 10. And now I've forgot my poll. 12 games left. 12 games left. How many points dropped? None. I'll have to do a none. 3 to 6. I don't know how many things I can get in it. So, or 6 to 12. 6 to 9, and then we'll do 6 to 12. So I think we can drop 11 and still get 100 points, which is wild, isn't it? Oh, I'm well behind at comments here, boys. Keep the comments flying in though, boys. It does the world of good. If you can smash a like, guys, as I keep saying, 48 in the room, 43 likes. There must be a few that haven't liked it. Does help a brother out. Did you think that was cringy, Andy? I loved it. I like Warnock me. I absolutely loved it. I thought it was mint. I thought it was pretty funny. And I thought Warnock, said what he needed to say to Guardiola, really. I thought it was a good interview with me. I enjoyed it. From club's side too, with Firpo, they're probably thinking about the data around players' form increasing in the last 18 months of contract. There's something to be said for that wherever he gets his, I don't know, it's on the player, innit, that. I think if they throw up towel in a little bit once they get a decent, what do you call it, contract or whatever. Don't be on my beer though, love. Don't be fucking about with beer, chick. Firpo is a beast in the air, says BMG, considering he's not huge in height anyway. Proved it on Monday, you're right. His tendencies to roam, it's his Achilles heel. Me and my mates call him the Wanderer. Oi! Me and my mates call him the Wanderer. Because he wanders like there's no tomorrow. He's got a free role. He's still playing for Barcelona in his head, hasn't he? So he's a Barcelona player that just has the free role from left back. He's like Roberto Carlos. I know, I'm aware that he was in Madrid, not thingy, but Anthony Calorie, no, we've discussed it, mate. Moretti tonight, because it is yet again the cheapest one in Tesco and my favourite beer, apart from Peroni, but Peroni's never on offer. So we've Moretti'd it up. I think it's only right I get the cat out. This is the scratcher. Oh, for fuck's sake. She's knocked out fucking empty bottles of. What have you done, love? What did I say? Get the cat in on and over here. Come here, love. Come on, don't embarrass me now. Don't be running away. Come here. Come on. She's quite shy. So she gets a little bit... Come on, love, you're alright. She gets a bit... She's a bit nervy, this one. She's pretty funny. She's an absolute monster, like, but she does get a bit nervy. Say hello, Bambi. Say hello, Bub. Say hello. Oh, she's sweet, though, honestly. She's proper sweet. Go on, then, look. I'm not an animal man. I don't know if you've noticed. It's not really my thing, but she's nice, is Bambi. They want to both hard. It'd be mad if I didn't like them on it. It's not a loyalty thing, Dan. It's honestly not. I think we're in a far better position than the three that went up last year. Leicester lost the manager, didn't have any money to spend. Southampton ultimately was shit, and I think Ipswich has just gone up, and they needed to go up. There's been a few people saying, "Oh, they've gone up too early" and all that stuff. They'd have never gone up if they weren't going up last year. They'd have just got stuck like the rest of them. So, yes, Leon, what's good, man? I've not watched today's, Andy. Gets on my tits a bit, does overlap every now and again. Yeah, I still like it, but it's just full of fucking Man U players, isn't it? Just constantly Man U players on there. When we go up, I really think Bogle, Struick, Roden and Firpo could be okay in the Premier League. I mean, it sounds great now, that, doesn't it, Emmett? That's what I'm saying. I think it depends what he plays in front, doesn't it? If we go with two holding players, because it's definitely going to be Ampadu in centre mid. So if we go with two older holders, I think we could potentially be strong enough and still be able to push the wing backs on a little bit. But we're not going to have a lot of ball next year, are we? So it's going to be different. It's going to be different. It's Ripper, hey up, man. What's good? I'm alright, sir. Marching on together. Joe Depps, I think we should have a minimum of two players in each position. And Byram, who's got, Byram is the utility man. Bambi, come on, love. Underrated comp is the FA Cup. I hope to God we have a bit of a run in Summit next year. Right? I'm well behind at comments here. I'm going to try and rattle through these boys. We've got a good team. Need players to fit our team. I think, as I say, with 49ers, I think they will pull it out of the bag and get some proper decent players. And I don't think we'll get ripped off by anyone, but they might get a bit of a... I know you all bang on about marquee signings like it matters, and it really doesn't. If you spend 10 quid or 100 million quid, you just want a decent window, don't you? But I do think they'll spend a bit of money maybe on one player and then hopefully bolster. BMG, disagree with Dan. Keep most of the squad and add to the spine. Lose Bamford, Wobber, Joseph on loan. Maybe Gruev could go. I like him, but might come up short in the Prem. I'd keep Gruev on the basis that I'm not too sure. I think it's a bit harsh on him. I know what you mean. That's what you're saying there. I like him, but might come up short in the Prem. I think he might come up short in Prem, but I'd keep Gruev on the basis that he won't be on a great deal of money. I don't like talking about the money side of things, but ultimately that is, Bamford's got to go. He can't get fit. Wobber got to go. Can't get fit. Joseph isn't. If he can't get in the side now, he's definitely not going to get it in Prem, is he? Because it's a big risk when he's as sort of rash as he seems to be in front of goal. I wouldn't be surprised if Newcastle came in for Tanaka in summer. I think we'll have Tanaka next season. See how he gets on. I think teams will be willing to pay a little bit more. See how he gets on for the first year. Some teams may be hoping that we'll go straight back down and be able to pick him up, because ultimately we're not going to what I can't remember what we're going to say. Sometimes I get a text and it throws me off. A top team's not going to come up for him. A top 4 team's not going to come in for him. So Newcastle potentially might have a look, but I can't imagine even a team as good as Newcastle coming in for him. So Arstripper says we need about 7 or 8, but not all at once. Yeah, over a couple of windows. We need to keep moving. We need to get 3 players every window, really. I'd rather we brought in around 5 or 6 around 30 million level of quality than like 10 players lingering around the top end of the Championship. 100%, George. I really don't want to do that Championship thing where we just buy shitloads of Championship players. Gruev gets eaten in the Prem, says Dan Treby. Physically, he's not up to the level. I don't think you can say that. I don't think we know that yet. I think there's a few signs of him not being maybe mobile enough or whatever, but I don't. How strong do you have to be when you're an holding midfielder? Really, you just have to be decent in a tackle, which he is. You have to read game well, which he does. I don't know. I agree that I think he's probably the weakest centre midfielder we've got, but everybody wants rid of Rothwell, so I think he's a different player to Gruev, but I think from what he's been doing, I think he's extremely valuable. BMG, to repeat most of the players would be fine if a few quality players were added around them. I agree. You want to just try and improve in every position, don't you? And then the positions that we have filled, they just drop back into, lower down the family tree. It spreads out, spread the wealth, spread the web. 78 RPM says, I think Forest got very lucky after messing up badly and signing like they were Chelsea. With us, 5 or 6 and hit with them all. I trust our recruitment that much. I honestly do. There goes Bambi. Thank God I can relax. I trust our recruitment. They've not made a bad signing. BMG says Dan's probably right on Gruev. Harrison now back in with Moyes starting 11. He's building up to his 2 peak games of the season. I think everybody's proper harsh on Harrison. I think he's had a terrible time at Everton and he's been shit, and I don't really care. I don't want to go on about Harrison because I can't be asked talking about him on the basis that I'll probably get pelters for it, but Harrison were good for us. Tamori might be a good target. I think he's out of contract. I will check that out, BMG. Remind me of that, dude, when I get to the bottom of these comments. Because if he is out of contract, that is a good shout. That'd be a brilliant signing. Dan Tribby said, I like him, just agree with you. You need to be an absolute athlete in the Prem these days, sadly. That's what scares me with Pascal. He has no pace. Yeah. Pascal will be alright for the first couple of years, though. And then it will be, we are going to have to build and build and build if we want to sort of progress upwards rather than just become stagnant and, do well for a few years and then get embroiled in a bit of a battle, a relegation battle. So we do need to keep moving. So I think Struick will spend quite a lot of time here. But ultimately, you want to edge him out outside eventually. I would agree with that. AO says we need 2 midfielders, 3 centre-backs and 2 strikers. But we can do it while retaining some players and build onto it. That's a lot of centre-backs. We're okay, but all new. So that's what worries me when people go on about centre-backs, centre midfielders, number 10 and 9. That's the whole spine of the side. That's a risky business. Yes, indeed, Andy. Moretti, we've moved on to its cheapest thing in Tesco's. Of course, we need to build the... Bryn Jones, is it Lola the Puss? My cat here. Now try shoe one with content. Pussy players do watch podcasts and we should praise when up. Give them the reward played up front. Greatest fans of all. Love it, Bryn. Let's have it. Roller Blunt, if we have brought in hard-working players like AO, etc., it's a good sign. We won't be buying... Prem or high wage, don't play players, so between the squad we have the youth coming through. I mean, this youth thing, I'm up for that, Roller Blunt, but I just don't think I don't think any youth's going to get through next year. Sripper says recruitment been banging this year. To be fair, we didn't say this year, but just to be fair, putting words in his mouth. Tinny Thursday says Leon Kirk, love it, mate. I'll get on Tinny's way. If I'd have known you want Tinny's, I'd have got some Tinnies in. To be fair, that would switch up the beer game, because that would be, you do get them. I actually got into cans at one point. I quite liked them. But they're all, I don't know, they freak me out a bit, the tinnies. Andy Rowe, these thesis. I'm looking forward to White Snake pretending that he watches my channel. So I'll see what he says about me. Dan Treby, 10 is too many. If they all hit BMG, agree. But do you not think it's a huge gamble to simply sign only what's needed and pray they all hit? 10's too many. In the Premier, marching on together, let's have it. Keep building. Keep tilting round the team, I agree, Leon Kirk. Bathwater, I must be fucking well behind. I think I ran about Bathwater a while ago, wasn't I? Shit, I am well behind here, boys. Apologies. BMG, new left back, Firpo's back up, new centre back and Struick, and Rodon can rotate. New mid, we sell Gruev, new 9 and 10. Peru and Amundsen on bench. It's a lot of signings. Oi, oi, Oliver. Yes, brother, what's good? We might have a good team now, but in the Premier League, this team will struggle and building is needed. We do need to build, but this is the team we have. It's the nature of the beast. Darlow, Bamford, Wobber gone to 78 RPM. Firpo is going to Betis. Take the 2 kids out on loan and loan out Joseph. That's 6 free slots to fill with quality. Yeah, I'd be keen to get them in before anybody out, even if it's fucking Darlow, Bamford and Wobber. That's my worry. But I agree with you. BMG, the biggest challenge is style of play. The tactics that win the championship will get you relegated from the Prem unless you're Bielsa. I'm so far behind on comments, but that's a mint comment. Because there's a lot to dissect there. That is a good comment. BMG, that's a good comment. I'll leave it at that. But I actually think I'm going to have to address it, even though I'm going to end up further behind comments. I think Farker actually has... I think it's adaptable how he plays. I think we are currently the strongest side in the league, so that is the reason why we get forward as much as we do. I think when we're not, I think the style of play that he has will be like wait for your opportunity. We sit quite a bit as cells. We're quite happy for the other team to have the ball for 10 minutes. I love Bielsa and I would never want it to be any other way, but he was like on the front foot, everything were going forward. Not everybody and everything. I think it were a lot more educated than that. But I actually think Farker... Bielsa, I'd second Bielsa all day, every day, week, twice on a Sunday, but which is getting overused now, but it is a funny statement. But I think Farker's more pragmatic in general, so I think we'll be all right. Cragger, get rid of Deadwood and keep what we can. Need a squad in the Premier League. Look what happened to Bielsa without matching them together. Are you on about my pussy? BMG says 7 minutes late now, 7 minutes behind the chat. I'm doing my best. Who do we want? Angry Mad Cav. When do we want him? Now. That's what I'm saying, Cragger. That's why I don't think this big signing, this marquee signing that everybody gets horny over, like... I just don't, honestly. John Shaw's, do we need so many? I think a goalkeeper, number 10 and a striker plus a centre-back when Wobber leaves. How many is that? 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think we can get away with having Mez in there. But I agree. You know, I think Darlow will probably move on. Some proper decent competition for Mez would be good. A number 10 we actually need. That is like, even in this league, I think that's needed. Obviously, we don't have anybody in there. And I do think we'll need a centre-back. And I do think Wobber will leave. So, John Shaw's, I think you've knocked it out of the park there, big lad. Sign of Nature, what's good, man? 2 more players in attack, mid, left back, and a back who can invert, I presume, and a midfielder left back who can invert. Burnley will win the playoffs, says Andy Rowe. I don't think they will. I do not think they will. I think we need a weekly BBB Badger bet builder. Badger bet builder, love it. I might start a bet building company with Badger, to be fair, Ming. What are you like on old, not on slots? I'm banging Badger about, he's nearly out of shot here, it's poor kid. BMG, yeah, that makes sense. Tudor Rose, this is, I would imagine, weighing in on the, when he hurt himself. He's a lord of the Quim. No one plays Quim quite like me. I'm insatiable. Insatiable. Surprise team will win the playoffs, says Sign of Nature. It's whoever's comes in bottom or what is it? 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th. 5th or 6th win it. Or I just don't think Burnley win it, to be fair. I'm not gonna over egg the pudding. BMG, that's a good shout. We want the shitty teams to go up, give them more of a chance. Let championship teams hate us. Our rivalries are in the Premier League. I am well behind, so that's when I was on about Middlesbrough, wasn't it? I would skip forward. I'm gonna get, once I get to my cats, I'll skip forward. 20 minutes behind in the chat, so I'm not gonna read them all. Smash the like button, says Wilco Whites. Love it, lad. Cheers. Where's Bob at? Jack, lad, by the time you read this, it may be tomorrow. I am well behind. Yes, Gareth Hobson. What's good? 4 games until international break. BMG, I'm on the catch up now. We're streamlining this bitch. I can't be asked for international break. Trying to find a word to rhyme with wrong, John. I thought that said rim though, so find a word that rhymes with rim. Don't even get me started. QPR before international break. Yeah. Going on holidays on the 5th of April, 3 games whilst I'm away. Can see us getting promoted on the beach park. Yes, art style images. That is... I will remember that, brother, and I hope you get that fucking promotion while on that beach, boy. Get up. Another reason to clinch promotion early so that Ampadu can have his off. That's a good shout. You might need to use the drop-down menu at the top of the chat, Jack, and select live chat. That might be why some messages aren't showing. I will definitely check that out. MVG, you are my tech support. Thank you. AO Wank Schmidt getting a game time. Is he injured? I don't know. He got spoke well of, didn't he, by Farker, and then it's all seems to have, potentially crumbled again. I don't know. It was the international break that did us last season. Rutter for his injury. Rutter went for his surgery rather, yeah. Happy Friday, mate. Not quite yet, but BMG, I've assumed because Farker tends to have a very rigid pecking order that his 4th choice fullback doesn't help him. That Byron can play both sides. I will presume that's in reference to what's his face? Schmidt. That's what I'm saying, last Samurai. So we can lose 11 points and still it. I knew it were 11 points to still it 100. I just want 100. And then obviously whatever comes from that you take. There's too much envisage put on the youth. Envisage and that cat is not interested. Indeed, she wasn't. MVG. No, here we go. The cat. Is there a calm reason, Gav? No, there certainly is not. Cat doesn't have time for this YouTube game. She's just a bit shy, guys. Hey, salute to Jack's cat. If Lola gets in here, she'll be fucking all over the laptop. So, not fucking all over it, but she'll be on top of the laptop. We don't have no... there's no bestiality in this house. I've mentioned elsewhere that Schmidt could probably play centre-back. I don't think Schmidt could play centre-back. Even being small, I don't think Schmidt's a centre-back. Ipswich bought champion players like Smodic. Smodic should be decent in a better side, though, that's the thing. Goldbridge is obsessed with Gary Neville, Jack. Just called him that bastard Neville. Jack, yeah, I know, yeah. You enjoyed that, didn't you, Clem? But yeah, he is obsessed. It's funny, isn't it? It won't cringe. We're all right. Come on, Andy. Enjoy yourself. Apologies, Ming. I will do my best. I always do my best, mate. Recruitment since 49ers took over has been close to flawless. Says BMG. I agree. That is true, MVG. That is genuinely true. But for the sake of it, scum. Jack, if there was smoke in the background, it would be too late for us to call the fire brigade. Speed up, annex. I can't be far off now, can I? Or am I still well off? Should we vote for a skip? Gareth Hobson, sure teams will want to see how Tanaka goes in Prem rather than throw money at us. 4 or 5 new players probably needed. Only one Jack Leeds, Firk Harrison. Only one Jack Leeds, Firk Harrison. Fuck Harrison. I presume that means Jack, fuck Harrison. It is Jack. I'm looking at a good cup run for next year, maybe different formations. We will need a centre-back and a midfield depth, squad rotation, possible injuries and not get caught thin. We are going to need a decent squad size as well. Relying on Gilavogi if Rodon or Struick are injured or suspended is a big risk. Richard Mell. Nobody fears relying on Gilavogi at centre-back more than me, brother. Farker for Prem just need 49ers to back him. They will back him as well, Leon, but I agree. Farker needs some money spent on him and he deserves it, and I do believe he gets the job done. I think he'd be brilliant. Loftus-Cheek as BMG. I don't know if he'd come. I'd be up for that. That's the type of reject that I'm on about, and I know Loftus-Cheek's not been a particularly big reject, but if you've been here a while, as I know you have, BMG, we've been talking about the Premier League rejects that are decent and they just need to find their wings at a decent club on the way up, and Loftus-Cheek would be one of them good shouts, I would say. Red Herring, Bielsa got the push before the relegation. Bielsa would not have sent us down. 78 RPM says, don't get why some think Gruev should go. We would have to cut real deep to get to him. He's certainly worth a squad spot. And a look in the Prem, he's no mug and experienced international. It's just bang on 78 RPM. Can have a look at it. What's point? We don't need to get rid of players just for the sake of getting rid of them. Do you know what I mean? We can have him in and on and over here, can't we? And still, if he's not good enough, he ends up being your fourth centre midfielder. That's all right, isn't it? Who cares? Do you know what I mean? He sits on bench and then next year he wants to move himself, doesn't he? He gets on move, so yeah. 49ers are a budget setup. What's Ben Big never paid top wages in USA. 49ers are in budget. They will desperately want to keep us up in Prem. Farker mentioned multiple times throughout the season how he's changed with more experience. I think with proper backing, he would surprise us all in Prem. Go on, Georgie, lad, I love it. Burnley stay down, says Leon Kirk. Go on, Leon, I love it. There's always a lot of good comments up in this bitch, BMG. We love it. Gareth Hobson says, don't think getting marquee signings is great. Need someone who wants to be in a team, not look at me type. Je ne sais quoi, Gareth. That's what I'm saying. That's why the OGs of this channel know when we've spoke about Scott McTominays of the world who played for Scum just for Ming's benefit. Who else have we spoke about? Who I love, Sean Longstaff. Can't get enough of him. Them type of centre midfielders, it's like that's who you want in, I think. Sheffield will win the playoffs, says Anthony Calorie. Ooh, bit of a switch up. BMG says, read them all. You're not Joe Wayne, man. We nearly got him on as a guest tonight, so if I'd have been able to sort my shit out a little bit more. Basically, it's like 70 quid or like 50 quid or something for this software now. And there is ways around it, you know, for free. And I'm straight in on like, if I have to be a bit more technical about it and get it done for free, I will. But it is a bit fidgety. It's more for the guests. So like when Joe asks me on, he sends me a link and I click the link and I'm on. I don't need nothing, do you know what I mean? Whereas, you know, if I'm like, because I want to get some of you guys on and like my brother on and stuff, and you're not going to want to fuck around downloading OBS and stuff. I could get Joe on, to be fair, but then you're more reliant on the Wi-Fi and stuff. So it is worth paying for, but you know, I'm paying for it, and then like, not that I want to make any money out of this channel, but you know, it's like, what's the point? I don't know. It's just like I'm just spending money on like. I know it makes the channel better, and you guys deserve it, but you know, I don't think I've ever seen a penny from it. So, but yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, Joe's a legend. 78 RPM says he agrees that it's a better version of Farker because he's learnt a lot and showing now. We're all going up, says Leon Kirk. It's up, Leon, love it. It's 9:10 for us. I'm only 9 minutes behind, so I am on the catch up. I'm only one like super scroll away from bottom now. This is requiring a lot of energy, this though. I don't know if Gruev will cut it in the Premier League, and with his injuries and pace, the pace of the Premier League will catch him out. So Gruev out if we. I just don't know why they out. That's what I'm saying. Like, just have him as fourth centre midfielder. It's not a problem. I'd settle for equal points with third place and goal upon goal difference if we were offered it now. But it says BMG, he's not bothered about the the point record. I'm not bothered about point record. I'd like to get to 100 just because I think it looks mint. And everybody around the world can see it looks mint. Leon Kirk, our team has it, and trusting them to deliver 2 major players for Prem, goalie and striker. I think we're going to need a strike. I think we're going to need a 10. I think we're going to need a centre backs. I think we're actually quite short there, and I think we're going to be extremely reliant on our centre backs next year. Quality over speed, says BMG. Eric Bevan, love it. Or Eric Bevan. I'm going to go with Bevan, actually. Sorry, dude. I don't reckon it's Bevan. Bevan? Eric. I'll just call you Eric. I reckon they will spend sensible, not just blow a ton of money. Love it. Leon Kirk. Oh, I thought you were saying Feck Jack Harrison or Jack Feck Harrison. Hey, only Jack in Leeds. Get up. Leon's a beast. Rhyme and envisage. Use your imagination. I got there, to be fair, dude. I just, I thought you'd find me saying rim funny. You must know what a rim is. Any decent incomings will have the dreaded relegation release clause. Jesus Christ, Joe. Let's not go back down that. But yeah, and big money boys, they do not want in, do they? We learnt that first year round. Sripper says there must be another Yaboa type waiting to find us. I agree. They're like bloody. They're like. Well, I'm not going to do my comparison there because it's not very nice, but it's true. There's players like that waiting for you in the world, and they're just going to come and find themselves here. BMG says, let's say in theory we got in Van Dijk, Robertson, Rice, and a young Modric in Haaland. Obviously, he can't, but quality in those positions will keep us up. Well, that's, I mean, you could argue there, though, BMG, around that, I mean, Robertson's a bit gone now, even though he'd still be like, let's get it right, you'd sign Robertson. But he's a bit, he's wavered a little bit. But if you got Robertson in his prime, a younger Modric, Rice, Van Dijk, and Haaland, you'd be better than keeping us up, wouldn't you? You think you'd probably be fucking. I don't think you'd be title contenders with the rest that we've got, but I think you'd probably be wanting to push for Europe there, boys. I've got to be honest. Does anybody disagree with that? A young Modric, Rice, Van Dijk, Robertson, and Haaland. As I say, Robertson would have to be a bit younger because his legs have gone a bit this year, but fuck me. George says, I'd only be content with the relegation release clause if it meant we got someone like Kelleher. If that put us ahead of top Prem teams, then so be it. This Kelleher stuff, man, it's doing my head in, the Kelleher link. I think it's bollocks, George, honestly, I do. I can't remember what I'd said, MVG. How much? That's what I'm presuming you mean, but I think he might be on about something I said, I don't know. Wigan White, Stephen Lowe says, I'm a bit wary about Ampadu's injury. Yeah, I think he's out for duration. I mean, the irony is, my brother always says this, but, it's Byram that gets said that he's made of biscuits. And then, he's the only one that don't get fucking injured, so he's out for a couple of games, maybe all week with a bit of a strain. Ampadu's been bad this season. Struick's been bad this season. Woba can't get a game. And yet it's Byram that gets called that he's made of biscuits. It's a wild, wild world. When there's two teams around us that play each other, I usually want a draw, but Sheffield United, Burnley, I want whoever is behind in the league to lose. Top two has to be the target until it scores. Fair enough, is that BMG, yeah. Last Samurai, that's a cool one. Do we expect early subs every game now? No. I think if we're down, if we're 1-0 down, yes, I think he will make the move. I think he knows off the bench, if Rothwell's not starting, I don't want to keep banging on about Rothwell. I'm becoming boring. I'm boring myself with it. But I think it's poor show if you don't get him on. Like early as early, not as early as possible, because then you'd start him, wouldn't you? It'd be a minute in and you'd be like, fucking get Rothwell on, but he's more than trustworthy to do the job in there. I also think Farke's found his subs, so I don't think it's like I think everybody's in bed. We're all constantly on about Farke sort of getting involved, getting to know the squad and whatever. The squad getting to know Farke's play and, like, you know, the way we do it, and this is and he doesn't let players in on that and stuff. And I just think it's a trust thing on everybody's behalf. And he knows that Rothwell's basically a starting 11 player, isn't he? He started probably more games than he hasn't this season currently now. And I know since they've all come back, but he'll come back into the side now if Ampadu's not back. And Strubic comes back in, it'd have been Ampadu. So Rothwell's going to be one of the main ones again. He's a first team player in the sense of it. You know, he won't be out of place since starting 11. So bringing him off at bench doesn't really make a difference, in my opinion. Yes, Leon, love it. The only pussy in here is that my Bambi. And she's gone, so can't get sponsorship like Connor. They're clambering over him for his solutional content. Or I'll let the sponsors clamber over Connor for his solutional content, whatever solutional content is, Andy. It's quite alright with me. I wish him every success. Truly. BMG in the Newcastle game, an attempt at goal hit their left back. It counted as a shot on target. Woo, love it. Bit of banter in there. Good lad, Leon. Love it. To be fair, I'm only 5 beers in. 5 bottles in. So it's not as... tinnies are significantly... Is there more in a tinny? There's more in a tinny, isn't there? Tinnies are... Are they 500 tinnies? I think I've got one somewhere. I'm looking around like maybe it's a dump in here and it's never been cleaner since Wardrobe Gate, so... Robertson has wavered, but I couldn't think of a top left back. Fair enough, dude. The point is 5 decent players in those positions would be what we need. Yeah, he has wavered. I'm being a bit harsh on Robertson. He's just not... He's been like elite, Robertson. He actually gets... I don't think he gets the credit he deserves on the basis that Trent Alexander's so good on the ball that I think Robertson's contribution actually gets ignored. BMG says I don't think Keller is all that great. I'm not sure, man. I don't know if he is or not. He made some decent saves. I've also seen him make some howlers. So George says I think Keller and the link is bollocks too, but only chance we would have to get him would be with the daft relegation clause and stuff. That's fair enough, man. You got to take the rough with the smooth, haven't you? Is what you're saying. And you know, to bring in, I mean, I don't think Keller is a top player, but to bring in anybody from a top club like that, you know, I just don't think we'll do that. I just can't help but think we'll go with Mez, Silent S. So I just think we will. Regardless, I don't think they'll be on the look. I think they'll be spending money elsewhere. So Woods are not Forest. Can't see him in our team again. He's been immense, hasn't he? Yes, JL UFC 74. What's good, brother? Of all the keepers, I'd take Trafford, so I won't Burnley stay down. That's for that reason. Trafford's loved as well, isn't he? Absolutely loved. AO says BMG's 100% overrated. I hope we don't sign him. Keepers, man. Who knows what about keepers? Seriously, keepers are horrible. Timing of subs should ideally depend on the game state, shouldn't they? At least to some extent. Yeah. Yes, Pat, cheers for tuning in, dude. Take it easy. Have to jump out, Jack. Comfortable 3-0 win Saturday to get in. Love it, mate. I'd sooner start on front foot and get in front rather than waiting for subs to change the game. I think, to be fair, that is what Fark is all about, though, isn't it? So, yes, Justin Thomas, hit them likes for us, guys. We've got 63 in room, only 57 likes. So there's definitely 6 here that haven't liked it, and that's criminal. But there's also, it can't be the case because I think there's that many people dip in and out, so we can get them likes right up, can't we, boys? On the poll, we got 40 votes. That was 38 minutes ago. I set that poll up, which is terrifying. 57% currently are saying between 3 and 6 points will be dropped, and this is why I love my channel, because I'd go between 3 and 6. Only 12% have said no. 5% have said 9 to 7. Which is mint on the basis that there's a less percentage for the highest on there than the lowest on there. So that, and I think you're more, I think you're closer to being right with the 0 than you are with 12. So I know it's 9 to be fair, but 6 and 9 is 25%. I don't think that's a bad shout either. I think we can drop 11 and we get to that perfect 100 spot. I'm back, Min. Yes, I've caught up. And the thing is now, though, and as I'm sure you're suggesting, I'm sure you're aware I'm busting for a piss. Them bottles have finally hit. But either Trafford or Cooper would improve us massively. So if either stay down, I think we should go in and sign for him. Getting a keeper out of Championship wouldn't be that much of a bad shout, to be fair. Connor always has a solution, never a negative. Calvin might be an interesting one, says BMG. Has he still got it? Paul incoming. Calvin. Now, we're going to do 2 here. So this is just as he still got it for us. No, because that's the same thing. Calvin. Prem standard. Still. And then we'll do you want to sign him? Yes or no? And on that note, boys, while you get your votes in, I'm going to put on my obligatory... which I've had the piss taken out of me before for this, but I'm going to put on my obligatory track and go for a piss because I'm busting. So stay with me, boys. I appreciate every which one of you. And do check my music out if you fancy it.
Yeah, allow me to fuck up all my exes. Nexus, I'm about to kick this motherfucking bitch quicker than my exes. I'm sexist, best mixed Toyota with the Lexus. I'm restless. I need to kick the shit before it festers. My life's surrounded by 1,000 things just here to test us, just to rest us. My skin's thicker than a bulletproof vest is. I'm invested, the best I'm suggested, the rest can't contest it. Wish I could get up and kick it all the way down to Texas. I'm reckless, a mess in the mind, it's so congested. So pick your best bitch, I'm a wreck for the test it gives. I'm a chef when it comes to cooking messages. I'm the best shit straight from the chest. If it's a mess, then a test, I will rep record and put the shit to rest. Little lizards staying blessed, ragging into each and every single one. Another shit is so incest, I detest, I'm unimpressed. All I do is reinvest, all you do is back down and betch. I'm possessed, I could teach this bitch to fetch. I have never found myself not been correct. I'm a master of the game, his shit is chess. Leave nothing for a guess, I confess. I'm a sucker for this motherfucking Smith & West. Career a jest, just one in the chamber, a willing Russian roulette. Only when it comes to culture, I would never place a serious bet. I slap this bitch up just to visit the vet. I grab this lizard just to feel the effect. His shit is physics, so mechanics are tech. I got a gallon of magnets and so these atoms are wreck. How do you flatten this set? Do you agree it's gotta be impossible to disrespect? On another level and nobody really wanna step. Yeah, I'm butter on a beat, a butterfly in effect. I'm only high in a sense, I'm never lying, I'm cleansed. I'm only rhyming for friends, I'm only piping a piper just to frighten and upset. Never biting Mike Tyson, never sitting on a fence. I've heightened the tense, I'm never shy on the fence. I'm only writing for rent, finish line in sight, but I don't know where this shit ends. I'm politely inviting you, take your rights and just blend. I own the right to offend, if I'm a kite then I'm high and tight, till the motherfucking end.
Yeah. Are we still here? We've still got you in here, boys. Votes are flying in, which is what we like to see. So, 27 votes. Are we having a break in here? We don't want to encourage you. Oh, she's in. Fuck it. It's Bambi again, guys. The votes are flying in. 27 votes. 67% say no on Calvin. Still Prem standard. Does that mean Championship standard? Oh, come on, Bambi, don't start with me. BMG says not seen enough of Cooper. To be fair, I ain't seen enough of Cooper. Can't get a hotel at Plymouth. But last game at season, Wigan White, Stephen Lowe. Bruiser, mate. Bruiser, get us into Millennium Square, mate. Get you up. Let's have it. Speaking of howlers, Patterson made a huge one versus Hull. Chelsea keeper made a big one. Mez would have been slated for those. I mean, that Anana loves a howler, doesn't he? He were at it again. I think it's a bit harsh, but Man City just wrote him off, didn't it? All keepers have dodgy periods. It's Meslier Santos is in a decent position because he's young, and the keepers can come back from this. I don't know if that's aimed at me, Justin Thomas, but I am a spanner. If that is it, is that a spanner? I think it's a spanner. Go Bogbruv, says Leon. Cheers, dude. I did just that. See, this is where she starts. She's scratching. It's just my vinyls. I've fucking left them out of a day outside my room, and she went fucking bonkers on them. Freestyle incoming, says Legendary MVG. The piss track, says Oliver. Yes, indeed. Tune this, says Rip. I love it. Thank you, dude. It's on, brother. Can't see us dropping 11 points from 12 games, pal. No, I'm just saying I can't, to be fair. I'm just saying that still gets us to us 100 points. So we're laughing. BMG. Yes, Leon Kirk. Cheers, brother. Even after 7 tinnies, though, I think it's just the tinnies that make you think that track's banging. Beavis, are you trying to piss me off? The best thing ever, that is Beavis and Butthead, man. Piss funny. Porno. They were like a PC game with Beavis and Butthead, wasn't they, back in the day? That was absolutely exceptional, that. Porno. Beavis. I can't remember some of the lines. It was pot. You had to catch, like, he used to spit out of the window. He used to, like, greenie out window, and you had to make it land on the people that were walking past. You had to make it land on their head. I wonder if there's any footage of that, actually. I know we're digressing here, but Beavis and Butthead. I don't know if I'll get in trouble for this, to be fair, but spitting game. I say trouble. I'm just on about, YouTube trouble here, but there's got to be footage of that. No, that's not the game. That's a... Oh my God, it's here. Do you want this, guys, or not? I don't know if we... What am I doing here? Let's have it.
Roll. Who's up there? What was that? What the hell? What are you kids doing up there?
Fucking time bonus. It was mint, that game, though. It actually was. It was ace, that game. But it used to be like, porno, and you'd have to catch, like, porno mags out of window and stuff. Ridiculous, but it was funny. Bring him home, says Roller Blunt. I were more inclined with the bring him home when we'd first gone down, and I think in the second year. Was it second year at Prem? I can't quite remember when I was proper up for it. It was sort of like being sort of spoke about. BMG's letting everybody know. I think it's only right everybody else lets us know as well, to be fair, BMG, when you go for a slash. Not for kids, that song. No, it's not, to be fair. A lot of them are, but I do have the kid friendly ones, Justin. Allow me to fuck up all my exes. Nexus. I'm about to kick this motherfucking bitch quicker than my exes. I'm sexist. Which I'm none of them things, but I'm just having fun, boys. Play that funky music, white boy. KP misses home. Some dude singing in the chat sounds like Eminem's younger brother on Tourette's. I think Eminem's got a younger brother, you know. I know you're saying sounds like, but kicking. How about a bench option in Kevin De Bruyne? You'd take it, wouldn't you? I think he'd firm up the midfield and sort of in that 10 role. You know, he'd definitely put a little bit of pressure on Aronson, wouldn't he? Particularly the form that Aronson's in. There would be a bit of pressure on him to perform. So yeah, definitely. Why not get a bit of Kevin De Bruyne in there? The older you get, the longer it takes to have a piss. Understood, BMG. Good lad, Justin. Do not fear. It's all welcome anyway. I can take the abuse. Yeah, just the sleeves, MVG. Yeah, it's she's sat on my bag now. She's having a bit of a look, like she wants to have a. She knows. She does know. Enjoy the tune since being a member. Thank you very much, Cragger. Cheers, dude. Are you not entertained? Says LUFC Passion. Are you not entertained? That's the best film ever. Justin Thomas is the blue spanner in the other chats. Understood. Why are you always lying? As long as we get one more point than third, Georgian asked, I'm on board with it. Gorilla boxes for vinyl. I know, Leon, but I like to have them like. I think you can see better on other screen actually. Hang on other camera. Although that's quite dark now, isn't it? But I like to have them on show. Do you know what I mean? I like to stack them up. But can you see Cat down there? Look. And then so she sat on my bag at the minute, but then arm comes out like that because I always stop her, and then it gradually, and then before I know, I've turned around and she's like. All over them, but yeah. See if you can see it on. It might be better on that. Yeah, it is better on there. That looks like my cock. Well, not that my cock looks like that, but yeah. Can't see her now. Look, she's there. Look, the beast. I don't want to disrupt her because then she'll move. I want to do something with side wall, guys, as well. I know nobody's bothered about my designing in this room, but I would like to do something with side wall. I might put my decks up there or something. I want to go live like on my JackCity page, which I'll be up for if anybody's up for it subscribing. I'll be bringing out loads of content on my JackCity page. I'd appreciate the subscription. It's my way out of this bitch, I'm hoping. Gets me out of this fucking having 16 jobs. Great! Well, equal points for third will definitely be enough, won't it, BMG, with our 10-point advantage. It's like with the amount, it should be like goals to points, shouldn't it? I mean, it's absolutely ludicrous. I think with if we keep winning, where can that end up? Because we're not, unless we collapse now, it's going to end. Even if we draw 0-0 to end of the season, it's still plus 50. So if you just think if we just win a few games, it's going to be. It's got to be. I wonder what the record is. Should we chat GBT it? What the record is this Safari? Yeah. What's the record for? What's the record goal difference in the Championship? Spelled Championship wrong. I'm hoping it sorts it out. Right, in 2005, 2006, Reading, I don't know if I'm not to patronise you guys, but do you remember how mint Reading were that year? Absolutely exceptional. Reading Football Club set the record highest goal difference in the English Football League Championship with a remarkable, now I'm going to close this poll, 66% people think that Calvin is not up to it. What do you reckon the record is? What's record goal difference? Do you reckon plus 40 plus 50 plus 60 or plus 70. What do you reckon that is, boys? Go in there. Goal difference we're talking about here, boys. So I will leave that out. So this achievement was part of their historic campaign where they also amassed a record 106 points. So it's also them guys with the 106 points. So we're after both titles here. But in fairness, that's, I don't want to say relatively obvious because you could have a few boring games in there, couldn't you? But to get 106 points, you're getting shitloads of goals, aren't you? And I know that's obvious, but I never actually knew it. Both things sort of tied in. So maybe we do have to get the points record in order to get that. But I can see it. So if we get these votes up to what we're on, 90. If we get up to 30, guys, then we'll move it on. Their defensive their defensive strength was evident as they only conceded, I'm not going to say how many goals, throughout the season. The joint fewest by any title winning championship side. That's also interesting. So let's check out what we're on in terms of conceding. Right. All will be revealed. Because obviously it does intertwine this. 25 votes. 5 more votes, guys, and then we can... It's only been a minute as well, you legends. Jumping in there. I love it. This outstanding performance not only demonstrated their offensive prowess, but also highlighted their defensive solidarity, making it one of the most impressive seasons in championship history. Come on, 5 more votes in there, boys, and I'll close poll and then I can reveal all. 4 more votes. Do you like Bryn? I honestly think without Bielsa and Pat Phillips would have never made the Prem level, let alone England. Remember, he was nearly done here and not rated pre-God. That is true, to be fair. I'm going to close this at 60%, at 26 votes. Plus 61, and that is correct. So they got a remarkable 67 positive goals, right? Probably you can't get a negative goal, can you? So 67 goals they got, and they only conceded 32. Now, for the statisticians that are lying around, we've currently conceded 21, and we've scored 71. So let's find out how many they scored, because I can't be asked working that out. How many did they score? Reading scored 99 that season. That's fucking insane. They scored 99. We've only scored 71. So we are some way off that. There's obviously still plenty of games to go. But we've currently conceded 9 less goals than them. Was it 9? 32. So we've conceded 11 less goals than them. But not scored. We're well off 71, 81, 91. We're a good 28 goals off them as well. So very interesting that. What do you reckon? So now I know it's maybe this poll's become a bit redundant after the Phillips thing, but because on the basis that nobody thought he was good enough. But would you take Phillips back? I don't think I would. You know, I would have done a couple of years ago, but I actually think that is nostalgic at this point. I'm behind on comments again. I'm going to get pelters. Beavis and Butthead do America cavity searches for everyone. Fucking bastard, eh? Doing his ACL, who does he think he is, eh? I love Shotty Horror, dude. Proper love Shotty Horror. I don't think he'd do a collab with me though, dude. Have you heard Shotty Horror's collabs? I don't know if you know Dead Mouse, but he's got 2 brilliant tracks with Dead Mouse. I love him. Man City fan. He got before Real Madrid game. He got one of his tracks. I think it was more like of an advert type thing. But he got one of his tracks in the stadium while they were there, which is just... I mean, they actually nearly won that game, and then they fell to bits, didn't they? But... Oh, did they nearly win that? No, they didn't nearly win that game. They got battered, didn't they? What we're talking about. I can't remember how that went. I think they got battered. I can't remember. Struick or Firpo has had the biggest redemption arc. I'd have to say Firpo with that Thomas Smith. Firpo's bounce back ability has been disgraceful, has it, in fairness. Cragger says Calvin back at Leeds would see him turn his career around playing for his own town club, but need his wages slashed. I don't think he'd really be able to ask for much in terms of wages, really. I think that's a dead duck. Could I respectfully point out, you absolutely can, 78 RPM. Could I respectfully point out to all our youngsters, they are not vinyls, they are records. Well, I'll have to pass the message on to... I'll have to get a photo of that. She's gone now, she's passed out. On top of my bag. Taking photos at pussy. Getting photos at pussy. You absolutely can point that out, sir. Yes, you can, 78. BMG definitely thinks Firpo. Struick's never dipped his low. I agree. Text bitch saying Bamba's made a feature. Very shy. Ass ripper. I do. I'm using I think my fucking mouse is on blinks. My bit cat's got hold of it or something. But I do. Sripper, yes indeed. It's all set behind me. That's the problem. So you can't really see it. But yeah, it's got my Akai MPC here. Got my keyboard. Got my VXTs. Got my mic. And that's it, to be fair. And then some stuff that I loop stuff with it back. Music wall, brother. Yes, sir. Struick has just got better with age and experience. Any dips he's had have come from him being a young developing player. I don't think he's particularly dipped, as in particularly bad. Cragger says, let's break every record we can, including Reading's Get Up. Leeds. 67 it was, Andy. Now then, you muppet. I'm back, and I'm back for good. What do you mean, Silver Steve? Have you been getting banned elsewhere, you ball bag? Or have he just, he just mean you're not actually back for good? Joseph needs to go for his confidence, says LUFC passion. Yeah, I'm worried for Joe. I'm not worried to the level that I can be worried about a football player. I'm worried about Joseph. LUFC passion, love the channel, love the work you put in. LUFC passion, take me out off to you, dude. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. It don't feel like work, to be fair. So I truly do just like chilling out with you guys and talking, shooting some shit. I enjoy it. Last season, second place was 96, although Ipswich and Leicester were better off at this stage than Sheffield United and Burnley, I think. Crazy season last year, though, man. That was wild. You're not a Pudsey boy no more. Calvin don't fit our team now. Got a chance of beating both records? Absolutely. It's only, what was it, 67 that they ended up on. And we're on plus 50, 17 goals. And it's not just goals, is it? It's not conceding. I mean, it is goals. You need at least 17 goals out of 12 games. But, you know, where we're going, if you win every game 2-0, that's 24 goals, isn't it? Concede. How many can you get away with conceding there? So, 4, 5, 6, 7. 5, 6, 7, 8. My bone soon, baby. Getting me the records, baby. We're cracking every record. Leeds United, babe. Furpo, Bogle down the right hand side. We get in line, gotta get in line. Perot banging the. What the fuck? Working it out, working on job there, boys. That's what that is. Nine of those 21 came in 3 freak result games against Portsmouth. Crazy. Agreed. You know, some mad games. Take him on loan, says Justin. It'd be interesting, you know, just that all things aside, it's be interesting to see what he does, won't it? Whether he comes back to us or not, it will genuinely be interesting to see what he does. Apart from Finchy, who's Leeds United's most famous fan, it'd have to be, like MVG says there, it'd have to be Russell Crowe, wouldn't it? It's legendary, that. And I do actually think he is. So. We missed Pascal big time last season. We could have definitely done with that. We missed Rutter. We missed Pascal. I'm trying to think how it sort of went last year. It's a bit of a blur. Take it easy, Gareth. Cheers for tuning in, man. Legend. .78 RPM, still won't let it go. Vinyl DJ, obviously a very young one. Does not remember when Records Sold was the chart. Vinyl is what? I'd love it if Records Sold was still the charts, dude. We'd have half a chance of getting your boy in there, wouldn't we? Put you on the spot. BMG. I couldn't do 5 because I don't think we need 5. I'll go with Just Joe's take of the week, saying Danny Welbeck. I actually thought when he said Danny Welbeck, he got a bit of pellets for that, and I thought, well, that's half decent. And then it's not. Danny Welbeck's not really playing, is he? I don't think. I was up for it initially, but. Not Danny Welbeck. It depends what you mean. Name 5 players who you'd like us to get. If we're talking about who we could likely get and who, well, I know it's within reason likely get, as opposed to, you know, I'm not going to start naming Mbappe, am I? And, you know, I'd still bring Messi back for the sake of it. I'd take Ollie Watkins. I'd take Troy Deeney. I'd take. No, I'm only messing about. I'd take. Well, it depends what the question is, doesn't it? I want a centre back. I want a number 10. That's my main worries, and I do think with Firpo going, we're going to need a left back. It actually concerns me a bit when you start thinking like that, because it's like we are. With Firpo going and stuff, it's like we're extremely short then. Because without Firpo, we don't have a left back, do we? And Byram has got us out of a few holes. That Byram needs some name put some respect on his name. But I'm still in on, like say, Sean Longstaff. I know he's a centre midder. I'd be so all up for that. Players like McTominay. When we're doing the Notts Forest stuff, like I've said, I want to get players like Smith Rowe. That he went to Fulham. He'd have been good in the 10 role. But in terms of me actually like picking out a player that's available right now for us to take, I can't do. But I mean, as they come in, I'll be. But I would like us to get your Hudson Odois, players like that. Smith Rowe. Kieran Gibbs has been a good signing for Forest. Not Kieran Gibbs. What's he called? Did I say Kieran? Or what's he called? Gibbs. I can't remember his fucking name. Gibbs Forest. I'm hoping it's not a big forest in the middle of fucking nowhere. Gibbs White. Morgan Gibbs White. You know, that's a good signing. 25-year-old lad. You know, I don't know where he came from, to be fair, but again, bit of a reject. That was a decent signing. He started life at Wolves, do you know what I mean? In Prem. It's a good signing, that. He's ended up being excellent for him, so it's players like that. That's where I'm at. I think Smith Rowe's at Fulham. I do this every fucking week, I think, with Smith Rowe, but he's ended up at Fulham. He'd have done a mint roll in R10 and stuff. Just players like that. That's what I'd be looking at. But leave it to Lockie to channel his inner Lockie. I think that was a ploy by my man Rads, wasn't it, to be fair, Andy? I think Rads were loving that. That is wild, Roller Blunt. If he's your mate's cousin, hit him up for me, Roller Blunt. On a serious note, there's half a chance Shotty Horror will come on channel, wouldn't there? I mean, I can't say how much I'd be up for that. Be fucking mint, because obviously he's a Man City fan, so maybe in some sort of a pre-match Man City game next year, he might jump on with me, who knows. I will noise him up for that. I will noise him up, because I'll also be noising him up, not as he might not think. He's responded to me a few times on Twitter. I've spoke to him about some tracks he brought out. He's got this track he put on SoundCloud, which I won't be able to play. But it's fucking brilliant. I don't know if, to be fair, I don't know if I could play that song. I don't think loads of his tracks never properly came out, but I won't bore everybody with it. But I love Shotty or Roller Blunt. He's my favourite. It's probably my favourite English rapper, in fairness. I know what 78 RPM means. BMG. Leon Kirk's not having none of it. 78. He's standing up to you there, boy. I don't blame him, to be fair, because I'm in on vinyl. And I can never spell vinyl either, Leon, so... Because that is a... I know it's not like that. I can only see it when I think vinyl spelt like... That's how vinyl spelt, I think. But I have to fuck it up. I fucked it up once and then I went in. I had to go again. What have I been saying? Who's gonna? You can clip. Anybody can clip whatever they want up. Ain't nobody down round here, Andy. Don't fucking worry about me. Don't worry about me. Don't worry about nobody clipping me up, boy. I hope I get clipped up. My favourite. Clip me up, boy. Get me gone. Get me cancelled. I think if I got cancelled, I think it'd be back twice as hard, this channel. I think I'd actually garner some pace. I think I'd be like, hang on a minute. Getting cancelled's done not. It's been done not but leaps and bounds on channel now. Four or five new signs, says Andrew Marsh. Googling. I didn't get. Are you on about in terms of? I don't think we need 5 players. You want me to just name 5 players? Point in that. I'd take Tamari. If you want me to just name players, I'd take that Tamari fella from. Who's I don't know where he's in Italy somewhere. I'd take that centre back that we're after in. Bogomanian or whatever he's called, who we were after. We could have potentially got off Notts Forest because when they went through the patch of signing, I can name 5 players, dude. It's not a, you know. I do follow the. I mean, have you watched the channel, dude? Have you not seen how many bullshit things we come out with on how many ridiculous links we get and what have you? I'm just on about, like, you know, in terms of the players that I know that we've allegedly been linked for. It's like, what's the point? We've, you know, never been linked with. Well, maybe we have been linked with Scott McTominay, but my point is, you know, I can name 5 players. I just don't think we're going to get 5 players. So I thought I actually answered that relatively well. So apologies, BMG, if I didn't, but. Soz, man. That don't make him a Premier League player, though, does it? They're off down. So I think that'd argue that they're not. Just got an 8N from work. Glad to catch you live, lol. Out Badger. Badger's loving it, Rick Gillingham. Thank you for tuning in as well, brother. George, I thought that when we were going up last season, I'd have taken Milner. But, I mean, to be fair, you know, I'd still take. I think that dream's died, though. I don't even think Milner wants it either. I think he'll retire elsewhere. But to be fair, there's something about Milner. Wherever the fuck he goes, he succeeds, that fella. And maybe not just him, but the team does, doesn't he? Like, wherever he goes, because he must have gone to Liverpool from Man City and thought, as good of a move as that is, and you'd be buzzing, you know, if you were Milner, you'd be buzzing with that move. But ultimately, he must have thought in the back of his mind, this is a step down, probably not. And then they go on and do it, don't they? Go on and win it all. So, you know, and then I don't know, was he there when Klopp were there? Before fucking Andy comes for me and says, you don't even know when Klopp were there, was Klopp there? I just mean, were Milner there before Klopp? Was Milner at Liverpool before Klopp? Because he must have got there and been like, fucking, I'm going to do it again here. Yes, James Milner joined Liverpool in 2015 and Jurgen took over as manager in October. So it was literally that year. Milner signed on a free transfer from Man City under Brendan Rodgers, who was initially given the leadership role, even captaining the team some matches. However, Rodgers was sacked in October and Klopp took over. During his time under Klopp, Milner won multiple trophies, including the Premier League, the Champions League, the FA Cup and the EFL Cup, before leaving to Brighton. So while Milner arrived before Klopp, it was under the German that he became a Liverpool legend. It's crazy stuff. He must have been like, leaving Man City, we're winning everything and, like, you know, mint and on the uprise. Must have thought, well, it's still a mint club, Liverpool, obviously, and you'd be buzzing, but it's going to drop down now. And then before you knew it, fucking winning everything again, it's lad. My man James Milner. Pelters going on between you two boys. I'm having to stay out of this now. I'll highlight it, but I'm definitely having to stay out of this. Watkins had never signed though, BMG. No chance. Gibbs White, that's what we're looking for. Smith Rowe was at Arsenal. Yeah, that's what I mean. That's where we're always on about the rejects. Doing a mint job at Fulham. So that's what I mean. It's like, you know. What percentage of the new wardrobe do you get for your stuff, Jack? I'm guessing it's not 50. What percentage of the new wardrobe do you get your 100%, 50% legendary MVG? I'm pretty chilled, but there's certain things I'm very, very serious about. The reason why they was in here is because while she's not in, I can say this out loud, she's not trusted near none of it. Because if I leave a hoodie out or whatever, she comes and fucking gets it, and I go downstairs, and granted she's cooking me a bacon sandwich or something, but she got me fucking Moncler hoodie on or something, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on at 9 o'clock on Sunday morning? Like, why is that on? So anything in here wasn't to be touched. And there's a rule in that room now. If I come in and that wardrobe's open and one of them cats are in that room, all hell's breaking loose. Like, I'm off. I'm out of here. So, 50% genuinely legendary MVG. And to be fair to her, she knows when to get serious, and I'm being very serious. So, it's the only thing not to touch. Touch everything else whenever you want, but not that stuff. Right, last beer, boys. I might have one more actually, but I might have to get, I don't know when she's on, but I'll have to get a delivery. I used to perform in early 90s Wild Times and ended up in a place where experts in Madhouse simply didn't like my point of view. Discovered Ren and kind of liked the story behind his performances. I like Ren, yeah, he's alright. Problem with Smith Rowe and Hudson-Odoi is that we don't need players in their position. I think it's the spine and the left back. Yeah, but to be fair to Smith Rowe, where's his... Smith Rowe can do 10, can't he? I know we can't get Smith Rowe because he's tearing it up. He's not tearing it up, but he's decent. I would imagine he's... Yeah, he plays in 10 role. His most played positions are 10 role. Attacking midfielder, Smith Rowe. Current market value is 32 million euros. Crazy. Highest market value is 40. Fucking advert. Could you boys hear that? What the fuck was that about? Get stuck in, brother. You boys. I'm not seeing 78's replies, I don't think. So, if I had these moderators in, I'd be like, where are these moderators at? I won't want the moderator. That's what I mean. That's what would scare me. Because I'd be like, has somebody banned somebody here for having an argument about vinyls or records? When Andy Rowe said 3 short, I don't think he was talking about naming 5 players, but you did answer well. Thanks for your application to the task. Cheers, BMG. What did Andy mean then? Because the thing is that Andy sometimes thinks I'm gunning for him, but I love Andy, so it's just I enjoy it. Sorry, Clem. Yeah, but it's not stick to football. Not with that bastard Neville. Cragger says, I'll put this up on there just for the sake of it. Your channel is doing well because you keep it real. Connor and Joe just like the sound of their own voice too much. I would have to say, just on Joe's behalf, I don't think that's the case with Joe. I think Connor's a bit of a dick, but I don't think Joe is. I'm sure Connor's alright. Do you know what I mean? I'm sure he's an alright lad, but he's very condescending, I would say. I think he'd struggle to... I don't know how you disagree with a man like that, basically, because the second you disagree with him, I think he talks to you as though you don't know what you're talking about, regardless whether you do or you don't. You might not have a clue what you're talking about, but he talks to you as though you don't know what you're talking about. So it'd be difficult. I think if you agreed with him, I don't know. He wouldn't even say it. If he agreed with me, I don't even think he'd say it. And if he disagreed with me, it'd be like I'd be an idiot. Do you know what I mean? You become an idiot. I think some people take this stuff too serious as well, to be fair. And they all do really well. I'm not here for a career, am I? This is not a media channel. So they all do really well out of it. So good on them. Do you know what I mean? But shout out to Joe's. I don't think Joe is there for sound. I think his engagement's mint and stuff. I think he's brilliant at it, and like his hosting's excellent and stuff. And it is difficult to do. So, and he gets a shit ton of views, doesn't he? I don't actually know how Connor gets on, to be fair, because I stopped. I've never actually seen it. I've never actually watched his channel properly. I just get sent clips of him and I just think, fucking hell. I watched it early on, like in lockdown. That's why I started my channel, to be fair. Milner, well, I don't know what a tear shout is, but better than Phillips says BMG. Angry Mad Andy. Andy, just to address this, so Jack, it wasn't players, it was total of reading goal difference. I was joking, being pedantic. Jack's had a beer. I remember my first beer. Milner doesn't even have to play that much. He would have similar effect to Joshua, leading the crazy Premier League experience, the professional attitude in training, etc. He'd be excellent around place, but I think it'd be half an argument though to just suggest like what he could, you know, he'd play a lot more than Gilavogi, wouldn't he? He's better than Gilavogi right now. I would probably think, yeah, he is. I mean, to be fair, Milner will be an old dog now, won't he? 30, he's 39. Fuck me. Be younger than Gilavogi, won't he? Here we go. I'm going to try and spell fucking Gilavogi. Luckily, Google's done it for me. Gilavogi's only 34, but it's when your legs go in it, and it's not a... I don't want to do that thing where it's like, who looks after the self more and stuff, because it's not that. Once your legs have gone, they've gone, aren't they? Milner's a beast. I don't know whether he's still got it. To be fair, how many games has Milner played this year? How many games has Milner played this year? Because it won't be a lot. Milner has made 3 appearances for Brighton. Played in the Premier League matches against Everton, Manchester United and Arsenal. Unfortunately, during it, he suffered an hamstring injury that sidelined him since. Notably, this is interesting, his appearance against Everton marked his 23rd consecutive Premier League season. A record achievement. Wowzers. 23 consecutive Premier League seasons. Some Donny, some big boy. It's like Gareth Barry don't get that love that he deserves, really. Barry were excellent, wasn't he, really? Never mentioned in the top sort of, not that he were top centre mid, but Barry won league, didn't he? I think. Did he win league? Was that the De Jong year? Fucking Googling everything now after Andy said that I'm not allowed to Google out, but did Barry win the Prem? I'm sure he won it. I'm sure it went first year that. Yes, Gareth Barry won it. Barry was a key part under Mancini and played an important role in Aguero's last minute. I knew it was Barry, yeah. 653 Premier League appearances. Crazy. Andy's not letting me off. Oh, I still said that I loved you during it, Andy, so it was worth it, surely. There's a super chat in here. Mark Bradley. Yet again. There's no surprise. You boys pop up like there's no tomorrow. And it's going to be this moment. So I'm going to shout out Mark Bradley. No Peru, no party, which is a new member. That is tremendous name. LUFC Passion, The Chimney Sweep Yorkshire, Alan Duncan, Natalie K, Dean Wellicom, T LUFC WA, Jetney, Ashley Robert, Suze. You've all been gifted a membership by Mark Bradley, who is the new Santa Claus. And then as a onward note to that, I have to shout out legendary MVG, because he thought I'd left him out of the shout outs for the super chats, but it was purely legendary. It was purely based on the chat before the week, the video before the day before. So it wasn't. I still remember you, legendary MVG. Do not fear. White Snake's here pretending that he watches my. I hope you address the fact that you don't that you only pretend to watch my channel, White Snake Bites. If anybody's not check White Snake out, there's going to be a review 6 p.m. Sunday. What a weekend coming up. So I'm hoping White Snake's honest and he admits that he don't watch my channel. He comes in here just to say hello to Andy and Arse Ripper, and then he's off. He pops in, he goes, White Snake's never listened to a word I've ever said, I don't think. Apologies one and all, been out for grub, what have I missed? Shout out to Mark Bradley for just missing the wardrobe gate and then coming in and just handing out memberships like he's Santa Claus. You know, it's just legendary. Thank you, dude. You can't moderate the badger, you know that, Mingy, you know that as well as anybody. Ming, you Mark's new best mate. Mark, you Ming's new best mate, by the way. Ming loves anybody that supports the channel. Ming is the cheerleader for 12 tens, Jack. I'm originally. I don't do like 78 as for the final trade. I've got a pair of 1200s that unfortunately they just hold my fucking iMac up. Not on the fucking things, but I just don't use them enough anymore, boys. So I'm not going to lie to you. I can't lie to anybody on here. I can't lie to anybody on here because I'd be exposed within a moment. So cheers, Brynny. Appreciate you. Matty, I believe. At BMG. Seen Gary Neville is a relatively uneducated bloke, and I'm up for this, who somehow cracked the nod for Davos and suddenly thinks he understands politics. I'm going to assume that says weapon. He's a weapon. You know the stick to football thing. I don't want to be a dickhead, but there's obviously been a thing that's been said to him a lot, hasn't it? And it obviously, as much as that is quite a good name for a programme, I do think he's got a bee in his bonnet about it. I don't know if anybody would be on board with that. I think it's like stick to football because he thinks he's a business mogul and stuff, and he's done exceptionally well. The only thing I would say is all scum bum boys, they all like jump in on his underlap, and say like, oh, you know, you've got to credit him for how hard he works and all this stuff. Like, what, fucking meeting his mates and doing a podcast once a week? And then doing going for a walk with Roy Keane with his dog and asking him 30 questions or whatever. I don't want to be that. I don't like being that guy. But there's not a single person in that chat. I'm sure all you boys work hard. Not a single one of you boys won't be up for just sitting around a table for an hour and a half having a cup of tea and having a chat about football. Like, and he's earned that position, by the way. I would say I'm not even. I don't think we have to go over the top with how hard he works because he runs a few hotels and that. If you had an ungodly amount of money, and it's not just about money, because it's really not, you have to do something with it. But I don't think he's pulling any trees up, would be my point. I mean, he got ridiculed on, like, when he went on Have I Got News For You, which I don't watch because I think it's a bag of trash, but he got ridiculed on that for his statements on, like, you know, I'm going to go over to World Cup and I'm going to, you know, I'd rather address it and all that stuff. He just made himself look a fool. It's like, you can be too smart, take yourself too serious, and I think he's one of them for certain. So 76% of people would not take Bambi's snoring. 72% of people would not take Phillips back, which I agree with. She's out of it. Glass. Pussy's out of it. Not pussy out, Anna. Oh, she's woke up now on that note. Told you she was shy. She felt camera on her, and now she's going to start causing me bother. Definitely roll a blunt, yeah. Take Ericsson all day and I'll just sit on bench. Does Connor still say that he's far out? Has he ever actually said he's far out? Because this would be my main issue with most people that sort of pretend that they're not far out, but really deep down in the plums they can't wait till next season to be able to say, I fucking said. There you go, MVG. I fucking said he was not ready for Prem. And I knew he wasn't ready for Prem. And I've fucking been trying to tell you for the past 3 years that he wasn't ready for Prem. 2.5 years, best part of 2.5 years. Just, I don't mean 3 years. I know he's not been here 3 years. 2.5 years he's not been ready for fucking Prem. I knew it was a waste. He said, yeah, but he got us to Prem, didn't he, Gav? Yeah, I don't give a fuck. We needed to be preparing 2 years ago. Well, nobody had come, Gav. What? Listen to me. I'm Farky out from day one. Yes, I enjoyed the 2 years that we had with him. And yes, we reached record points and we got 111 points in a single season. But I said he wasn't Premier League standard. Right, okay, big lad. There you go, MVG. BMG. BMG and MVG is far too close to each other. That is a young mascot. BMG likes your thoughts on Milner. What an influence he'd be, that he would. I'd take Ericsson. BMG's come round to Ericsson. You'd like that, wouldn't you, Andy? It's an interesting one, isn't it, with keepers? Because, like, you know, the shot stopping and that, they need to be shot stopping. They should all be able to make a few saves. It won't happen again, MVG. Even though it was genuinely not. What a super chat against us, MVG. I keep fucking doing that. BMG. Too close to each other, you two boys. Are you two brothers? Mr. Google, without cheating, I bet you know Jack on Archie Gemmell. Do you not remember my Archie Gemmell rant last week? I think it was last week or week before. I forgot about that, to be fair, Andy. But I've not Googled any information that I've pretended to know in my whole life on this channel. You know, I'm only Googling stuff to find stuff out. I know you're not White Snake. I 100% guarantee you've gone now. I've not even seen 78 respond though, Leon. You're just going in on poor lad. It's awesome, his vinyl. I wish I'd have got a bit more. I don't know if my mum will still have it all in loft or what. I don't really know. Yes, MVG, you was here for it as well. His Wikipedia page was. It's not up to me to mention White Snake. Shooting the breeze, eh? George says, how anyone could hear Neville's voice and think, yeah, we need that on telly. 24/7 is beyond me. Sky producers must be deaf or something. He's a good pundit, though. Leon Kirk hates when he talks. He does my head in, but I do think he's a good pundit. Like, same with Carragher. I don't like Carragher either, but they're brilliant pundits, them two. Let's have it right. I was not Andy Rowe. No, I was not. Thank you, MVG, for backing me up. It's vinyl to me, Leon, if I'm honest. Neville. He says transition. He loves saying double pivot. I get clips of my brother sends me clips of him saying double pivot all the time. It's ball baggery. Stay with me, BMG. Do not fear. 78 RPM. We're going back in. I don't want to keep this feud. Thank you, White Snake. I'm glad you're finally telling the truth. Keep hitting them likes, says Justin. We've got 42 in the room. 70 likes, but there's not. They can't be the same 42 that was in here from the beginning. You boys are the hardcore ones, though. I must say. School running morning. Take it easy, roller blunt. Cheers for tuning in, man. Let's sort this shotty horror feature out for the Man City game next year when we're up and at it. What's a wrap on? It's too close to a strap on, that, isn't it? Boys, we're gonna end up in a serious feud here. It's too much. So to clear up, boys, been here 22 hours, 25 minutes. So I just want to mention a few things that I will mention, I think, for the hardcorers that are still here. They always come in late, White Snake. That's what I mean. The hardcore ones stay for the duration, but the pretenders, they just pop in at end. I'm looking forward to your video, man. They've been last few have cracked me up, to be fair. So it's go check White Snake's breakdown of each content creator out. It's good stuff. Ampadu outfit sees. These are my notes that we were meant to get through, but obviously we don't get through them, do we? Because we just end up talking shit on Underlap. That's nobody do it how we does it. Ampadu's outfit season, I reckon. That is the first time Sheffield United have been beat at home when going up 1-0. The only other time was away to Sunderland. They went up 1-0 and they got beat. So they've been beat twice while 1-0 up. Once to us at their gaff and once away to Sunderland. So that is a pretty good record. Not record, fucking hell. Pretty good vinyl. Apologies, boys. Don't want to keep that feud going. He mentioned Gilavogi as a centre back. Lol. He mentioned Dubois, not the boxer. DeBayo, he mentioned him last. Lol. Bamford's still not back in team training. I put just because I thought it had come up. Rafinha sent a nice little lame message to Struick, Pascal, Strike. Struick, Strike. He just commented saying skipper or captain or something, which I think is pretty cool. So he's obviously still in touch with them, and I don't buy in. I don't go along with this. I think Rafinha gets his cock sucked a little bit too far. I don't think in terms of talent, I think he deserves every bit of dick licking he gets for that, but I don't think he deserves, no, he does. He's not a Leeds legend, but he's a legend for what he did at the club. But I just like it when they're still sort of like, he'll still be watching, his former players and still sort of seeing whether we're still winning games, and be following Pascal, Stroik and Dubois. Certainly it'd be a decent option, George, that's for certain. And then I just want to mention that me and Joe had a 7-point gap yesterday on the Just Joe show by the end of March. There's 12 games left now. West Brom, I think we win at the weekend. We'll do a breakdown of that tomorrow. It won't be a breakdown, but it'll be a shit vid for it. Portsmouth away, I think we win. Millwall, I think we win. Wednesday night under lights, I think we win. QPR we had down, I think, as a sticky one. Even though I do think we win that game. I think the draws and the losses will come in the last 7 games. I think we'll come out of this period now beating everybody. I do think West Brom on Saturday is going to be a big one. I think if we get through that, I think we get through all 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I think we get through all 5 if we get through West Brom. Without losing. And then I think we lose. I think we'll draw one of them. QPR, maybe Swansea. I don't want to say Millwall because I think we'll put Millwall to the sword. And then 7 games. Luton away, they're bottom at league, I know, but you just never know away. That's horrible, Luton. Borough away, that'll be a decent game. I know they're in shit form, but they might have a new manager at that point. They're on about getting rid of Carrick. There's a lot of rumours floating about. Preston, Oxford, Stoke, Bristol, Plymouth. I think it'll be done by the end of the season. So I don't think that Plymouth game will matter. There's a lot of people thinking that Plymouth will be a big game on the basis that they're sort of fighting for survival. But again, that might be do we turn it off a little bit towards end of the season if we're top, if we're up. I personally don't think we will, because I think potentially the title charge will be on. The points tally will be on. So, I mean, he's not shown himself very well, has he? He says he will back, but he's he's been nowhere to be seen, to be fair. Silver Steve, I hope you mean, and Chris Baldwin in the chat next time. Sick of taking the behave, Andy. I think you like being a pick-me. Love it, mate. Enar's always in the wings. Just when I think Enar's gone, he pops back up. MVG's a beast. Jack, do you honestly think there's 2 white snakes in the chat? Yes. Honestly, I do, yeah. When's next live? I might go live on Sunday. I'll try, if I get back in time from the game. I'll go live as soon as I get back from Ellen Road on Saturday, Mark. And we'll just maybe only for 40 minutes, but... Get up, mean. That makes me want to stay on live, though, if you're getting on whiskey, boy. I'll finish this with you, boys, and then... Do you know what does do my head in, boys? And we'll all be very... Take it easy, Jay. Thank you, dude. And we will all be very... My taste in music will be very different to a lot of you boys as is music, you know, as is normal. It's what fucks me off about YouTube a little bit, like copyright wise, and I understand it because people just upload the tracks, but I think there'd be a difference between me doing a 2.5 hour podcast on my own with you guys, having a back and forth, and then putting, you know, a couple of tunes on at end at night. It'd just be nice, wouldn't it? If I could just put, because I can put it on my thing like I did with, that's why I always use the freestyle, that's why it's the piss track. Because I can go for a piss and that won't get copyrighted. Because although I own the other ones, it's a little bit more sticky because of all sorts of shit. So I can't play my other songs. I put that one on knowing that is just like nobody else has got any fingers in the pie there. I don't even mean in terms of writing. I mean in terms of like labels that have signed them or how I've uploaded them or whatever. I'm just chatting shit now. I'm chatting beans, but I'm just chatting shit. You are a ledge, Ina. Honestly, got a lot of time for you, brother. As I do you all. This records things, it's going to linger on this. Ass Ripper, are we gonna get a gig going on, do you reckon? Should we get, I really want to book a Pigeon Detectives or something, but they're just really expensive. But I reckon they pack it out, and then if we could get all Leeds, all you boys in, have a right ding dong. But it's obviously a big risk for me because I went down this way when I did festival and it fucked me, truth be told. So I'm still in debt from it. I did a little fest. Well, it wasn't little. Well, it was little for in terms of Leeds Fest big, but it were big for what I was doing. You know, the biggest. I've always done like events and live and DJing out and about and what have you, and always like been involved in events. And I went for it for 3 years with this festival, and it were a success to some extent, but money wise it's so hard to maintain, and I never bothered about all funding and stuff, which people always go down funding route, and I should have just in reality just been less of a fucking... I should have just tried to get some funding for it really and not taken the hit, but I took the hit and now I'm here like scrambling around, but eggs is what it is. Justin, 5 AM calling latest Jack. Take it easy, dude. Thank you, dude. Cheers for tuning in, man. Appreciate you. Gloves are off, sweet signs. Thank you, dude. Appreciate it, man. Definitely chatting beans now, though. Eclectic. You should like Strings of Yasmin, though, on the basis that it's Ellen Road, innit, that? Yeah, I know you can dispute it, however, but you know, it is bullshit. Take it easy, Justin. Justin getting the love. That'd be good, Mark, if we could. It'd be good if we could. To be fair, though, and I'm not even talking shit, but, you know, Thursday nights are my pub nights, and I've just swapped them. So, I'd rather talk to you boys. Whether there's 10 of you or 100 of you. We've had 408 views, though, which is good. Average view duration's been 17, nearly 18 minutes, which is good. Just Joe says, if you aim for 15 minutes, you're doing alright. I don't know what the peak viewership will have been, but still. We on the move, we keep moving. Leeds 6, West Brom 5. Love it. There will be loads of content out on this. Whitesnake, this fake Whitesnake here trying to make a point. Subscribe to my JackCity page, guys. Subscribe here, whack your liking. MVG, keeping it alive and well. Did you hear that though, man? It was. I love it. Love it, Rich. See, these have all just come through now. That's what I mean, there's something not right. Yeah, I agree with that, George. Yeah, if we bang at it. Mingy, remind me of that. Remind me of Twitter me. Tweet me the game, the date of the game. Because I've messaged my mates about that. So do remind me. Remind me of the game that you're on about that you want tickets for. I'll tell you what we can do before we close, boys. I'll tell you what we can do. We can't put tunes on. But what we can do is this. This shouldn't get copy struck. Because nobody's ever heard this ever before. So if YouTube's heard it, then something's really not wrong. I don't skip, Andy. Be fair to me, boy. I don't skip. I went through it took a lot of it took a lot of my energy getting through a lot of them. When I was well behind and I would try to rattle through them, it took a lot of my energy, lad. Respect me. Put some spec on my name, boy. Right. What do you reckon to this, boys? This is the latest workings I'm having a meltdown here, boys. There we go. That is when, if Andy wants to say Jack's had a drink, that is definitely when I've had a drink there. What do we reckon to this, boys? Super rough, as you would expect. Rough, like rough. Perfect him under. Lovely stuff. I realised about halfway through that I was trying to talk. I realised quite early on, I was like, I'm trying to talk. And you couldn't hear me because it cuts off whenever I play something. But yeah, so that's the best way of playing a tune. But it's too chilled for me, that there. I don't know what to do with it. Jack Frost says you're finished. I don't know what he means, but it can't be. It can't be, right, Legendary? It can't be. Thank you, Ina. Cheers, Kevin. Good to see you, man. Didn't know you were in there. There's a lot of you in wings. A lot of you like Ina, you know. You sit there in wings, then you pop up out of nowhere. White Snake's pretending that he didn't listen. That's why I don't mind that comment, because I know he didn't listen. Cheers, Leon. No, it's not. It's a completely original track. Completely original. Got loads of them, boys. We don't know what to fucking do with any of them, do we? What do you reckon to this? Should we go again? Is anybody up for going again? Leon Kirk says vibes, chillax. I mean, yeah, just on that Millwall game, Ming. I don't know her name, you know. It's basically the bass player in that is called Miguel. He's in a band. He's a legend. He's a really nice bloke. But he's on tour with a band, and he was like, I can do this. I've got this hip hop track that I want to emulate, but I keep trying to find a sample for it and stuff because I don't know any singers. And they were like, we can do it, and we'll just pitch her up. So we pitched her up, and then we were there. So, but I don't know if she's sexy or what. She might be a big beast. We don't know, but this, right, so I've got this, nobody knows this, right? This is an exclusive for the 42 people in the room. I do like lo-fi tracks. That's how I make, because my hip-hop stuff don't really make any money. So I've got this alias called Uglybot, and I've never told anybody this other than my mother. And I don't think my mum listens, to be fair, so I don't think she knows what day it is in terms of Uglybot. But this is I don't know what to do with this, because although it's like it's a bit beware. This is a bit like I don't want to say nursery rhyme, but it's a bit, the lyrics are a bit daft. Well, just see what you think. The lyrics are well daft, but
woke up to the gentle breeze, blue sky and the swaying tree. Sunshine smiles that never fade, perfect start to our day. Ice cream cones and sand castles, laughs that echo like bells. Barefoot running through the bay, every game's we play. Sunny day and summer haze, endless joy in simple ways. Laughter bright like golden rays on this happy sunshine day. Picnic spread on a checkered cloth. Ooh,
But yeah, I do them normally, and I'm like, but I feel like there's something to this. I couldn't help but being like, there's a certain charm to it. Is anybody on board with charm to that? There's a charm.
woke up to the gentle breeze, blue sky and the swaying tree. Sunshine smiles that never fade, perfect start to our day. Ice cream cones and sand castles, laughs that echo like bells. Barefoot running through the bay, every game's we play. Sunny day and summer haze, endless joy in simple ways. Laughter bright like golden rays on this happy sunshine day. Picnic spread on a checkered cloth. Woke up.
I don't have addictive, you know, Ollie. I don't know what it'll be. I think it'll just be. They're just random. They're just random. I can't talk, dude. Can you hear me? I don't know if it's cutting off when I'm doing that. Yeah, it's not addictive. I know I should get addictive drums because that's good for pop music and stuff in it, but I just use like just random hits that I've got over years. But I have to bounce them out in separate projects half at time. That was in reference to that. It's never finished now. I've got there's another half of it to go, but I want to break it up. It's about ice cream, Andy. It's genuinely about ice cream. Hey, White Snake, you pop back in, say bye. The first real comment you've made, mate, is out of here, I told you. Second he gets chance, he's gone. What else we got? It's pretty funny. What am I doing here? Hang on. We could get some at Deep House going on, to be fair, Leon. I don't know if my iTunes will work, so I don't know where my projects are with Deep House, but I make tracks for. I shouldn't do this, to be fair. I'll make a Deep House tune for anybody, mate. Do you want a Deep House tune making? If you've got a platform, dude, I'll make you tracks. Not a problem. We'll have a right laugh. Get on a Zoom and we'll make some tracks together. Who's manned, White Snake? I love you too, mate. I love you too, mate. My football knowledge is whack, Andy. You know this more than the next man. But that's why I need everybody to sign up to my JackCity page, because that's what we need. Football knowledge is what? My feed's having a wobble in it, boys. Hang on. Sunny days. Am I back? Is it back normal, Ollie? I think first one's a better track, but you can get tunes for days, Mark. Yeah, if you've got Spotify or whatever, we can sort you right out, mate. Not a problem. else have we got on here? That's not deep house, is it? You asked for deep house, didn't you? So I think there should be some deep house somewhere here, I think. Not quite deep house, is it? But it's aggressive. There's loads of shit on here, to be fair.
You think you got it all worked out, but you don't know nothing. You think that you could rub me out, but I'm made of something. I can teach you a thing or two. You think you got it all worked out, but you don't know nothing. You think that you could rub me out.
There's loads, there's a plethora. I shouldn't play some of them though, to be fair, 'cause they're for other people. So I've played myself. We're into bullshit now, though. Hang on. I don't know where I had one that I wanted to play, dude, but it's
Hey, wait, I got a new complaint. I'm forever in your debt for the advice I didn't take. I'm letting God decide my fate. Not trying to play the field, trying to jump the kiss gates. Hey, wait, I got a new complaint. I'm forever in your debt for the advice I didn't take. Just keeping it real. I'm letting God decide my fate. Trying to play the field, I'm just trying to jump the kiss gates. I'm all up for the kicks and the piss takes. Keen to fish out all the shit and all the mistakes. Kinda keen to follow up and rid of all these bitch snakes. Listen up, 'cause this should leave a distaste. So at this rate and this pace, you'll be trying to keep your steps up like a gym phase. You make your life a mess and tell yourself it's been nice. Get yourself to Friday 'cause you're keen to puff up into fish face. I'm all up, I'm at the way you stand on my business. I never followed no one's game 'cause it's been played. You just stuck copy and paste, copy and paste. So as they say, all shit's just hearsay. Yeah, you're built like a bull but basely. You make your life a mess and tell yourself it's been nice. Your best days been nice. I'm not like them, but I can pretend. So we paper over cracks so that people extend. If I fall apart, will I notice them? Lost in the game, but I won't let it win. Lost in the game, but I won't let it win. Lost in the game, but I won't let it win. Lost in the game, but I won't let it win. No, I won't let it win. No, I won't let it win. Hey, you, get off my cloud. I'm about to rip it, yeah, you're now up into my sound. It's a shake up and we got no time to lie down. I'll be lucky if the shit'll make me £5. But if you're listening, then you really should be knowing by now. I'm the king and then you really should be taking a bow. I keep it real, 'cause I'm never second guessing the sound. I keep it real, 'cause I'm never really fucking around. If you're round and about and you're down when you're out, then it's clear you're aroused by the doubt. 'Cause you can't figure out why you're spousing devout. When you found your accounts and amounts set about. So the fire's in your house and you're running like a mouse. Yeah, you wallow in your flounce 'cause you're following the crowd. Yeah, you're hollow as a cloud, but your purpose could be found. Keep your head up for the show, represent yourself even though I'm not like them, but I can pretend. So we paper over cracks to the pavement extend. If I fall apart, will they notice then? Lost in the game, but I won't let it win. No, I won't let it win. Hey.
Dr. Kouros has either been ridiculous about saying that I'm miming or does not understand what iTunes is. So it's either a funny joke or you're a retard.
Shadows on the wall, they move, they crawl under your tiny moon. In the night swoon. Lights flash and spin, the night begins with every twist.
Loads of them, boys. Absolutely tons of them. Buckets of them. Take it easy, Ollie. Cheers, guys. Take it easy, Leon. Love you, big man. My guy. Peace out. Ayo, take it easy. I actually agree, 78 RPM. I've been meaning to work on something that I think we could all get going on with, but I just don't want it to be cheesy. And I'm not pernickety about stuff, but I just don't want to be do something that is just we all love Radaby, we all love Radaby, we all love Radaby. Cheers, Clem. I'm doing one as well, man, so take it easy, everybody. Much appreciated, each and every which one of you. And cheers for sitting through a few of my tunes at end there. Take it easy, boys. Check out JackCity Music. If you subscribe to my YouTube channel, it'd be much appreciated. Smash a like on video and all that shite. Take it easy, everybody. Honestly, you're all legends. There's not anybody I love more than other, but there's a few here that are right up there. Take it easy, boys. In a bit, boys and Bob. I'm out. See you tomorrow for a quick shit vid. Peace.